What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. We at Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop until
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
You gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap, Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB show.
What up, man? It is Workboot Wednesday in the building. We got lots going on. Big Keenan Middleton, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher joins us. We're going to talk Major League Baseball opening day, plus the new rules that are in place that a lot of people are not happy about. Sliding into second specifically. Plus, we got Steve Kim making a special Wednesday appearance to talk some boxing and much more. So, pound the like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one, as we're getting ready to get going, especially on our Discord, Slap Nation. Download the Discord app, find Slap Nation, and become a member because we are now opening up a whole new betting portion of our Discord using what's called Winnable. And we'll have a link for you to follow as well. So check it out. Stay tuned for that. And we are here in the building. We're going to talk some Sweet 16 March Madness. We're going to talk about some Major League Baseball. We're going to talk about some NFL, some moves that were made, plus some NBA. And before we start NBA, yesterday I talked about subtraction by addition. And I always talk about addition by subtraction. Well, last night, the Lakers proved that addition by subtraction is a real thing. Once again, LeBron James did not play last night. While the LeBron-less Lakers moved to a 6-4 record, it's not some crazy stat line, but it is a telling sign at the day's end. The ball moves much, much better without LeBron on the court. D'Angelo plays much, much better, and the team is forced to figure out how to win games late. They now have beat the Bucks twice without LeBron. They've also beat the Celtics without LeBron. They've also beat Utah. They've also beat Portland and the Spurs. Listen, the Lakers are being held hostage at this point. And when will his longevity end? Father Time will eventually kick in. But Jeannie Buss, I don't think cares. I don't know if she understands that. But like I said, and I'm going to ask Smitty, why not get rid of LeBron while he still has value? Without this team is getting older. They're one AD injury away from having the season end. And I just think it's time to call it quits. It's time to move on. Make it make sense. I think the Lakers are better without LeBron in the long terms of things. Now to sports. The Lakers win a double overtime thriller as AD plays 52 minutes and outduels Giannis as he misses late free throws once again. LeBron misses the game and allowing for the question, as I just brought up, should the Lakers try and move on while he still holds value? John Calipari returns to Kentucky for a 16th season, says their athletic director yesterday. And Ohtani on the podium once again declines to say more about reporting the actual theft that he is claiming occurred. Ole Miss defensive end Princely Umanalian, who was at Florida, drops the hammer on his old team and praises Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss staff for developing him. Can't wait to dive into that. Video of the Miami home of Puff Daddy shows it was basically ransacked as Homeland Security is looking for something, as I mentioned yesterday. Man wins a women's weightlifting competition in Miami, Florida, and the women celebrated. I don't know where to begin. But before we begin the show, my wonderful co-host and Ball State legend and Naptown's finest, 317 Far East Side great and AR5 defending Lamar Jackson and loving LeBron hairline having Fox Sports' very own. Welcome in the quiet, silent, raspy voiced Big Smitty.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Clap real quiet. Let me clap real quiet.
What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? What's going on, y'all? Big Smitty is here. We locked and loaded. I got my cocaine white on with me and JB on the front. He got his black on, white and black. I'm black with white. He white with black. What that mean? And he's single. And I'm married. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see what the married, like just a piece of what a marriage is. You know, we have fun. We make funny videos together. We go to Taco Bell late at night and get Baja Blast. Marriage can be fun with the right partner. Follow me on Instagram right now, Darnell_Smith 95. If you want a good laugh. What's going on, JB? I miss you, JB. I ain't gonna lie, man. I miss you, man. You know, we have a very exciting show. A lot of energy, a lot of debate, a lot of education, though, as well. I learned from you. I hope you learned from me a little bit as well, even though I'm younger than you. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be back here live on the show with you, JB.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Even though you about to get evicted, we got a lot of things going on. We got to figure out how to get a studio. But that's good. Optimism is a real thing. I don't think people realize optimism is a real thing. Like, you got to be optimistic, Smitty. We could be sad and shitty all day long. Let's get to the quote of the day right out the gate. Fuck it. Brought to you by betonline.ag. What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's BetOnline. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up to minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online where the game starts. Peace. All right, Smitty. Quote of the day. Can't wait. We got a good show today. Quote of the day. Once you know how to take care of yourself, company becomes an option and not a necessity.
Okay.
You know me, Smitty. I like to roll solo dolo. I like solo. My circle's small, and I get to pick who I want around me. That's the difference. Accepting motherfuckers that have to be around you compared to picking motherfuckers you want around you. Big difference. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks and Winnable. They will put you last, but call you first when they need something.
Ooh, man.
To belief. And I know you've all had it. You've all had it. That's why I love doing what people said I could not do. Because I always love to see who comes around when I actually did the thing they said I could not do. It's unbelievable to see who shows up when you win the title and when you send this guy here and when you hit this guy and you sign this guy over going to this school and they're like, how did you do that? Well, I've asked you to help me for the fucking last 6 months, but I ended up getting it done myself. You're no longer needed. Dismissed.
Hey, man, JB, you preaching right now, man. Everyone wants to be a part of something great. So, like, it's often times where like myself, you, friends we have, whatever. Let's say, like you said, Coach JB goes wins the championship. You see him on Last Chance U. You got people who you ain't seen since middle school, but they at home in their group chats like, yeah, I grew up with JB. I went to school with JB. We was real. We was homeboys. I got a number on my phone. People like to be connected to greatness, so they'll say that when you're doing good, but then when you're doing bad, nowhere to be found, man. So you preaching right. That's probably one of my favorite all time quotes right there.
Yeah, the crazy part is, I don't know. It's like we got a lot. We got every single day. There's something that we gotta have to handle: trials, tribulations, drama. We gotta hear naysayers and haters, and I get it, but I try to keep a small circle. I'm trying to get a smaller circle.
How small is it right now? Like 5 people?
I want a smaller one.
So that means somebody getting cut off then.
I want a smaller fucking circle.
That means
99%. 95% relationships.
Well, I know you ain't cutting me out. I mean, we got business relationship we got going on. So I'm already in there. I'm trying to think. Who you gonna cut off? Because like right now your circle pretty tight. It's like your main homeboys, people you didn't really grow up with, people you didn't did all type of stuff with in the hood. Like, so I don't know. I think your circles. You're at the point now, JB, where you can't cut off anybody. I don't think. I think you're like,
I always cut.
Who you gonna cut?
I don't know.
Your best friend who just did the live show together with, put up in the old school.
Oh, not Spree now.
You know what I'm saying? Spree.
No, you never know who's. You never know. We just Spree and I just said this other day. So we never know. Shit, Spree cut me off. Spree cut me off.
Brother.
Tomorrow. Spree cut me off. I cut him off. Shit, we started Slapdick Podcast. Poll question.
That's how it is. Cut the brothers off, huh? Cut all the
women. I'm just fucking with you. Ain't no woman.
I'm about to say this motherfucker.
Poll question. Do you think Kentucky did the right thing by bringing back John Calipari? Drop your questions in the chat below. Do you think Kentucky did the right thing by bringing back John Calipari for a 16th season?
Yes.
Smitty, go ahead.
Yes, and yes. I understand they have not won the Natty in a long time. I know they've fallen short a couple years. I get all of that. But when I think about the longevity of Calipari's time, his tenure with Kentucky, they're always a top team. They've made deep runs even when they didn't win the Natty. And I get it. We live in an era where it's like you got to win it all or nothing. But to me, the journey matters. And being a relevant team year in and year out, being consistent, that has to matter. Now, listen, if you told me you were going to, fire him for Coach K or something, then of course, make that happen. But my question is, let him go for who? Like, who are you going to bring in that's going to have the same recruiting power and ability as Coach Calipari? First of all, listen, I get it. You can argue that he's not the best X's and O's guy because he hasn't seen the best results year in and year out. That's a great point. But my question is, like, the recruiting game is very, very important, and we gotta admit that he is one of the best recruitings in college basketball. So my thing is, like, fire him and do what? If I had that answer, then I would understand it. Which is
one though. You weigh out the recruiting. Talk about the recruiting. No, so he's the best recruiter in the country, right?
I think so, or at least one of them.
Why has he not won anything but one title years ago? Who's winning now? They're not the greatest recruiters. I don't know if you need to be a great recruiter like we once were back in the day. It's all NIL. It's all last minute bag dropping. It's all pleasing the catered ass enabled player empowerment era. So if you can kiss their asses and whisper sweet nothings and you keep them there with a bag of money, you don't got to be a recruiter no more. Look who's winning. UConn's coach just came from high school. He's not the greatest recruiter. Come on, man. It's over. The era as we know it is over. John Calipari is being overpaid. He is resembling Jimbo Fisher. I get Jimbo Fisher vibes. You can't get rid of him because you owe him $40 million. And that's the only reason. His buyout, I want to say, is like $39 million plus incentives, pushing it over $40 million. So if you got to pay a dude $40 million, $8 million a year or whatever, You're holding on to him. You're not keeping him. There's a huge difference in holding on to something and keeping him. Keeping means I want you. Holding on means I have to. They have to hold on to him. And that's the problem. He is a buyout nightmare, and that's the only reason they're keeping him. Because if they're looking around the landscape of college basketball right now, the winners that are winning in college hoops are UConn won last year, but let's be honest, there's still a few blue bloods involved and left in this thing. North Carolina, Duke, obviously. Houston's becoming one. They've been to 4 Sweet 16s in a row under Calvin Sampson. But really, the teams that are winning are getting there are mid-major-esque types of Gonzagas, Baylor's, UConn last year that used to be a blue blood. They haven't been relevant in a while, but they're winning again. So UConn's right back in the midst of Jim Calhoun days. And now you have teams like Kentucky who aren't winning, and everyone's like, it's all right. Like, mediocrity is the new excellence. Like, it's just period. Like, we're accepting Kentucky to be average now in the new landscape of things. And I'm like, KU's kind of falling off. If you notice, look what's happening here. It's a major shift. UCLA didn't even make the fucking tournament. UCLA, the blue blood of all blue bloods in hoops, college hoops. So I don't know, dog. I think they're handcuffed and they have to hold on to them. They don't want to keep them. They're just holding on to them. That's how I personally think. And either way, they're keeping them. So he sends a lot of guys to the pros, more than most. He's got greater players in the pro. But at the end of the day, he's one and done. And I don't know if he's a fast enough or good enough developer of talent. And I don't know if that's the way to go no more. I don't know if that's the way to go no more. I think you're looking at these teams that are mid-majors that get a bunch of role-playing guys around 2 or 3 stars. And then those role players are there 2 or 3 years. And then you go get a couple stars in the portal every year. Gonzaga got a player last night. Gonzaga got a player in the portal last night while they're in the Sweet 16 right now. So let that sink into what the era is like right now.
Yeah.
They got a different portal kid last night committed to Gonzaga while they're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, it's a different time, man. It's a different time.
Pepperdine, kid from Pepperdine here in California. Like, come on, man. It's just fucking crazy. Like, this is a fucking wild, wild west. It is what it is, but all right, now the sports Smitty. Let's get into some shit. Lakers win in double overtime. As AD played 52 minutes. He outdueled Giannis. They both had Giannis, I think, had a triple-double in a smaller way. I think AD had 23 rebounds. Giannis had 21. Giannis missed 2 late free throws, as he always seems to do. And LeBron misses the game, allowing for the question, should the Lakers try and move on from LeBron while he still holds some value? Now, I don't know if that's this year. Obviously, it's probably too late, but even next year, I don't know if that's not the Laker way, just so we're not. I just want to be clear up front. I don't believe so because it's not the Laker way. Genie Bus and the buses never really operate that way. They've gotten rid of role players like this late and got new players in, but I've never seen them get rid of
They got rid of Shaq.
Late like this.
They got rid of Shaq.
Yeah, but not late like this.
Of course not. They're fighting for a playoff. Like they're in the play-in right now. Like it makes no sense to release anybody at this point.
Like, I talk to guys that know much more basketball than me, and they look at it, and when I say shit that I just common shit that I see, because I do know enough basketball to see that there's certain things that I know win and don't win. And the ball moves without LeBron. And when I say that, and people that know basketball and that coach basketball look at me and like, hell yeah, it moves. And I'm like, okay, at least I got that right. They're looking at me like, JB, the ball moves, and people have to figure it out. That's why you saw both D'Angelo and what's his name?
Austin Reeves had triple-double.
Austin Reeves. They weren't really – Austin was struggling early on. He figured his way out. He figured it out and and that's what it does when you don't have LeBron out there, though. Because see, LeBron would be having the rock right in that era, in that time. You know what I mean? Those guys wouldn't even be getting. Now it's a double-edged sword, right? You damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're not going to say not have LeBron on the court for Austin Reeves. I get all that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, can you get a few pieces for LeBron? Because I'm looking in the future. I'm dreading getting his son out of a political standpoint, which we all think is going to happen, being stuck there. He's going to be entering year 20 fucking 1 and 2 under his current contract with the Lakers. I just don't know how historically he's longevity wise, he's a historical legend, right? So when does this father time kick in? When are you having to say, all right, listen, man, our team's going to be set back. Our organization's going to be set back light years if we don't do something. Because if we just sit around and let this guy sit here, we know AD's fragile as glass. We know other than that, they don't have a third star. D'Angelo Russell at certain nights looks like a star.
Yeah.
But can he be that all the time? That's his knock. He's always been a kind of an inconsistent guy. But I also think he scored 73 points versus the Bucks in 2 games, by the way, without LeBron. So
yeah, I don't know, Jay. I hear what you're saying. The ball definitely moves better. The role players, they do play better without LeBron. Like those are facts. But at the same time, when I think about it, it's like anytime a star is not present, the other guys have literally no choice but to step up. You have more responsibility. You're playing more minutes. Your role has changed. So, of course, you're going to score more, assist more, rebound more. Now, again, I didn't expect them to beat the Bucks last night. You guys know I put a little bit of money on the game, and they kind of screwed me a little bit.
I picked the Lakers to upset them.
You did. Shout out to you, because I had all my other picks right. I was 3-0, and they went to double overtime. All I need was the Bucks to beat the Bucks and
you
win.
know what I think overall, though, by the way, we're with the company called Winnable now, and we're going to be placing bets, and you guys need to follow us because in the last 3 days, just so we're clear,
I'm 6-1.
Smitty's 6-1. I was 9-3.
Yep.
Going into last night, I went 1-2 yesterday. It happens, but I picked the upset of the night, the Lakers, as my big one, and got it. So
10-5 and 6-1. So together, we're 16-6. That's not bad, bro, and that's really good for betting.
That's better than really good.
That's
so
like amazing in betting.
yeah, I'm just saying. So it's pretty good.
Listen, the Lakers this season, they're 6-4 without LeBron. So winning record, nothing like spectacular. I just don't think they're great enough without him to warrant trading LeBron. You know what I'm saying? If they were 9-1 or 8-2, and it was just a clear cut thing that these guys were literally just way better without LeBron, then maybe I could lean more on that side. But when it's what's it called, nut cutting time? Is that what you call it? When it's nut cutting time in the playoffs and it really matters the most, I want LeBron in the game. I want him in the game to make the right decisions, to shoot that big shot, which he's done more in the latter half of his career. I want the best players in the biggest moments, because that's when it really matters. The regular season, it doesn't matter that much, as you always say, and it's easy, not easy, but it's easier to go out there in a regular season game and just go out there and hoop. But when you really need somebody, and it's a game 7 against the Phoenix Suns, and I need a big time play, I'm sorry, but I'm not trusting Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? I want LeBron and AD out there. So that's where I'm at.
So the bronzexuals, I think they call them, get butthurt when you say certain things like that. So I got some homies, my boy Fletch Mob. Shout out to Mike Fletcher, who played at Oregon, legendary SoCal player, high school player, played in league. He's like, he responded. He's a LeBron fan, loves LeBron and all this. Here's what I said, though. I'm like, these are some things that I said that I want to get your take on, because I said it to Bron lovers, and they're like, JV, you're speaking facts. And I'm like, yeah, dog, it is facts, because it is facts. This is what I said, Smitty. I said, LeBron to me is the biggest flop and overhyped player of all time. He can't hold Kobe's nuts. I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I can't really watch these Laker games until he goes away. He has been owned by Steph in his own era, and he needs super team after super team to contend. Kobe never left. Steph has never left. He's a freak of nature, no doubt. Zero skill set, can't shoot, no left hand, no creation late in games. Just big, fast, super smart, and has great vision. But the GOAT, fuck out of here. With that shit, he passes the ball every late game scenario and has had to been bailed out on every one of his rings and has never led his teams once in a championship scenario. He's been swept multiple times and has lost 6 finals. Please make it make sense. He's like, man, you're speaking facts, but he's like, still, you can't get rid of LeBron right now. Who are you going to get? And so that was his only cut back on that. There's not anything I said that was really blown out of proportion. I'm just telling you. Like, I didn't make up no shit. All that shit's facts right there. And even the biggest LeBron lover in America said it was. And I was like, all right. He said it was facts. Listen, he's entering father time. It's about to be, it's inevitable, Smitty. And the longer he plays, no knock on him. But you know what's coming. You know the haters out there, the Bron haters and all these shit. They're going to start talking about this rub and all that old shit. It's only going to get worse. Because, like, how is he going to continue to play? How is he still at this high level? How is he still? Like, let's be real. Ain't nobody played this long. And that's really what he's the king of, in my opinion. He's the king of longevity. I bet the girls love him.
That's a good boy. I mean, listen, like you said, you know, I'm a Kobe guy, you know, through and through. So it's hard for me to argue with really anything you said as well. I mean, the only little pushback I'll say, I do feel like in the back half of his career, he started losing a lot of that fear of taking that last shot. And we've seen a lot more of those attempts or even game winners, rather. I think just because of longevity, if I'm not mistaken, he's actually made one of the most game winners of all time just because of the longevity when you add up the duration of shots he's taken. So other than that, though, I mean, you're right. I mean, the guy, you know, he makes the right play. He's the guy he's been swept twice. He's lost 6 times. Everything you said is validated, you know. But on the flip side, he's also won 4 times. He also got you there 10 times. He's also been there.
Jordan's never lost. That's the only really guy that's never really lost in finals.
Kobe lost twice in the finals.
Yeah.
It had a real bad loss too against those Pistons when the Lakers were the better talented team. So, like, listen, everybody got their flaws. If we want to really nitpick,
never swept.
You know but you know, Jordan, he never lost, but he only got there 6 times. You know, Kobe got there 7. Brian got there, I think, 10 so far. So, like, it's like
Jordan played less than all of them.
Jordan played less than all, retired, and then came back. Couldn't get past the Pistons during their prime. So, like,
again, it's a recency bias thing. That's all we talk about. It's recency bias because nobody talked about Kareem when he held the scoring record for 35 fucking years. Nobody mentioned Kareem as the GOAT. But as soon as Bron did it, he was the GOAT. So, like, Brian Case, too bad that people that make up scenarios call it a gentleman's sweep when you're defending the person that actually got swept. There's a difference. There's a one win is actually not a sweep. That means sweep means you got the broom out. You got the broom out for your boy LeBron many times, not just once. Just so we're clear. Gentleman's sweep. Get the fuck out of here. Gentlemen sweep that snow up in Detroit, motherfucker. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive into NFL adopting XFL kick rules. And then they moved the trade deadline to week 9. Where are we at with this?
We'll see, man. I mean, listen, watching the XFL last year, there were some exciting plays with this format, some. So, like, maybe it'll end up working. Again, change is always scary when it happens. So right now, I don't like it in the moment because I'm like, I don't understand why they're changing it. But again, it might end up being something that we look back when, you know what, this was good for the NFL. Because let's keep it real, JB. Right now, we're barely even seeing returns because they moved the kick up. So damn near 90% of the time, the kick is going in the back of the end zone. So there's just no return anyway. So at least with this format, we'll get a return. And it might not be exciting, but at least you'll get something. Something is better than nothing, in my opinion. And at least it allows, these specialists, these practice squad guys, these guys who are trying to fight for a spot on the team. It gives them a chance to go out there and do something. So we'll see how it turns out.
See, to me, I think I'm the only person on the earth that thinks this way, but I don't know why. But anyway, I have to be who I am. See, like you just made up a whole thing, a whole rundown on what's it's good for, and et cetera, et cetera. I go back to why we changed it in the first place. I go back to why did we ever fuck with something that was already perfect? Why did we change football to what? Why did we change a contact collision sport, and why have we changed it to borderline flag football? I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with the kickoff 9 years ago when it was really football. I'm trying to figure out that. Why did we move the kicker up? So we can get the ball. Well, it won't be returned. That was the stupidest rule I've ever heard of in my entire life. Why would we do that? Just don't have kickoff then. Like the kickers are going to kick the ball into the fucking end zone from where it was before, but at least it was be in the front of the end zone where it was a returnable football. Right. Now the returners are sitting there and the ball goes through the fucking back of the end zone. I'm trying to figure out why we changed it in the first place, because I know why the world works. It gives Smitties of the world and everybody in the world to now say, hey, I like what it's doing. It's going to give guys opportunity. It always gave guys opportunity, and it was always great. Right. Now we switched to a shitty product for the last 9 years, and now we're going back to a new product, and everyone's back hyped again.
It's kind of what you said, been saying all week about like the gas prices. It's like you go up to $6, you come back down to $5, and people want to praise. It's like, no,
it really is.
It's still high.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. We're all hyped up now that we lowered the gas from $6 to $5 again when it was just $2.50. I don't understand. We used to have collision, fucking wedge breakers, fucking hit the crease, real football plays. Like it was unbelievable to watch. It was good football. I mean, I just miss those days. I don't want to see fucking dudes next to each other looking at each other. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
But JB,
the ball's kicked and we got to wait for the returner, and now we're sitting there. This is the way we block, Smitty. I'm this way so I can see the returner catch the ball. These guys are this way. They're looking at the returner. We're all looking at the returner and go. What?
That's the rule, JB.
And I'm gonna be the guy that I just think it's so fucking feminine, dog. But
that's what they want. That's why I'm glad you said it. You keep saying you don't understand why. You do understand why.
I do. I can't believe you don't. I can't believe you don't.
I do see it. They're trying to appease the soccer moms and all the people. Listen, the CTE thing screwed the NFL up from a standpoint, from a brand standpoint. They feel like they have no choice but to make this game softer to protect themselves. They were getting sued, lawsuits left and right. So they have now that they're making the game softer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making the game softer. I don't know.
Yesterday you didn't agree. I didn't think you agreed.
I don't know if I said that. When?
Yeah, yesterday you said that it's okay. That's why, I told you. I said that's why they're letting women codes.
Hold on, see, look at you. We're talking about the rules. Talking about the rules, JB. You talking about the rules, JB? You didn't do nothing just now. You didn't do nothing, JB. I know it feel like you did something. You didn't do anything at all.
I tell you, I made that comment yesterday about they're gonna let a woman in the Pro Bowl and flag football one, and then they'll let them in as a kicker, and then there'll be a coach, and then they'll have a person in there. And they were like, JB, I'm telling you right now, that shit was spot on. This is coming from an NFL person.
I agree with you on that. It's gonna be spot on, but that's where it's gonna stop though. Like the kicker is the furthest. The kicker is the furthest this thing can possibly go. It is literally impossible for a woman who's born woman to play the actual any other football position outside of kicker. There's
what about this?
Impossible.
What about this? What about that? Is that impossible?
What's this right here?
This happened yesterday. A man won a women's weightlifting competition in Miami, Florida.
Well,
It's
that's
not
possible.
That far away, Smitty. That's what you don't get.
That's
dog.
possible though.
That far away.
It
dog.
can't be the other way around though, JB.
It's
right?
not. It's not.
No,
that
no, no,
far
no, no,
away.
no.
This
You
is
talking?
what they're trying to do.
You're talking about a woman doing it. Like this is
I'm
different.
telling
A man lowering himself down to a lower level and doing it in women's
gotta
is easy.
be open-minded on this. I'm telling you, this
JB.
is how they do it, Smitty.
Which position can a woman play in football, JB? The most athletic woman in the world. What position can they play?
Not my point.
Like, come on.
This is what they're doing to us so you can get fooled, so they can fucking understand how to move this thing and manipulate it around. There's gonna be a woman in this thing. And I'm telling you, look at this. I'm being honest.
This is a man, though.
That's a man.
So
and these two women, these two women next to him. This is a sickening issue. This is a sickening problem. But first of all, the two women next to him that are happy and okay with it, let's really dive into this majority minority thing, because it goes back full circle with the women and like why we're making NFL and everything soft. We're making everything soft, by the way, not just NFL. But these women are accepting this. These two women have accepted it. But let's look at the two women. Let's just be real. I don't know if like Jazzy Jazz and Lucy and Jada and Chris and them are bodybuilding. They're not the weightlifting type of women. The women that we see doing this are those two types. Mm-hmm. They're more of a butch, tomboy, no femininity.
Well, I know baby girl, she works out every day, so I don't know.
Yeah, baby girl works out, but baby girl is not that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
they're probably
an outlier.
Probably lesbians, whatever. Listen, they're accepting it. They're okay with it, but they don't understand that it's hurting the world, women in the world, and allowing men to race them in other sports and other things. Even though they're lesbian, butch woman, they're women by nature, biological women. They don't understand. There's other girls out there that don't really look at them as butch or lesbian. They look at them as women. Little girls I'm talking about growing up. So they look at them as women saying, oh, they're okay with this guy winning, so I'll be okay with it. Even though they're not a butch lesbian, they're a normal girl. But they're young and they're very influential or influenceable. So I just have a huge issue with it. And I think the world and society is trying to do this to us all so they can evolve this thing and turn football into what I say they're going to turn it into. Something so soft that it's all inclusive and anybody can play. When do you think they're going to have? When do you think the first made up human's going to be in this thing?
I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you said that. Now, I think that will happen. So like you will have someone who will say like that they're a woman, but they're born a man, and they'll play football, and it's going to shake up the whole entire league and locker room. But my argument earlier was there's not a biological born woman that can literally play any position. I don't think they can play kicker, but all right, let's give them kicker. There's no way to do that. So
we know this.
So I'm just saying that because
it's not an argument. It's not a debate. We know this.
Got you.
The argument in the debate is when we argue, and I don't understand how you and Matt and all these people don't understand. We give an inch, they're going to take a foot. Women should not coach. Women should not ref men's football. That's my argument. Well, when we have men who say, oh, why not? It's okay, blah, blah, blah. Guess what it does? It allows the all-inclusive side to have an opening and feel wanted. Oh, well, there's men out there that think we can. We can. Let's go, ladies. Oh.
But JB, I hear what you're saying, but it's literally, even we were just fully accepting. They just can't do it. Like,
I know. That's why I don't get you guys forcing this on them. They can't coach either.
Why are you connecting playing to refereeing? Takeaway. Why are you connecting from playing and refereeing, JB?
No, but I'm just saying
coaching. That's not fair. That's not the same. You know
your fight is though, like
your mind can work, JB. Like they're not dumber than us from a mental standpoint.
I can't go right now and know everything that needs to occur or happen in a machine shop. I just don't know. I don't have any hands-on training. I'm a man.
Learn that, can't you? Can't you learn it?
I'm a man, But I haven't really. I've been around it with my dad a little bit, but I don't know enough to go right in there right now and take someone else's job and do their job efficiently and effectively.
Right.
And I'm being straight up pro. I'm speaking of a man versus a man now. I'm not even speaking about a woman who lacks that experience going and taking a man's job. I'm talking about a man taking another man's alpha male machine chop job.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't go in and take Smitty's machine shop job, get him out
without experience,
because the owner knows me and likes me. And we have this new all-inclusive rule. And I got to go in and now I'm in there and all the workers are looking at me like, fuck, this guy's, I have to help this motherfucker now. I got to pick up his slack. That's what the guys are doing in the NFL with the women coach. I got to help Perk pick up the slack because she's a laughingstock. She's getting laughed at by the players. She can't do regular duties. She can't do the day-to-day operational duties. She definitely can't coach. We put her with the kickers. I read you a text yesterday from a Division I coach. We put her with the kickers. That's the only place, and she still didn't know anything.
But JB, that's because
when you pick up slack for someone, Smitty, the job itself loses efficiency. Yes. Effectiveness. Now I have to, the whole operation stops and ceases. People don't really want to look into it and realize what it does.
JB, the reason, listen, let's take a quick pause. That's because right now, majority of the women that are coaching in NFL were just brought on because of optics. They have yet to bring on a woman who has literally went through the ringer, who has literally went through the years of grinding and experience. I'm with you. You shouldn't be hired if you don't have the experience. That's like bringing me on as a damn CEO of Fox right now. Right? I just don't have the experience. It would make no sense. It has nothing to do with my gender. I just does not make the sense.
Okay.
But listen, but where me and you differ, you've stated multiple times that even if a woman did have the experience, you still don't want them coaching.
In football,
right? In football. That's the only spot where I'm like,
in football. That's what I think everyone just doesn't understand. I don't think you guys just really don't grasp the concept. Like in football, not in Mac makeup, not in fucking bicycle racing, not in fucking skateboarding. Football. Yeah. Like I don't understand why cats just can't grasp it. Every single person just wants to argue. They always bring up something else. Well, they can coach in the NBA. That's not the fucking discussion, homie.
Yeah, we're talking about football.
NFL. Like, let's
bring it back because we talk about this thing so much. Let's bring it back to the original one. Only reason ain't none of them playing though, JB. And if they play, it's gonna be a kicker. That's
only reason we're talking about this is because of the NFL rules that are being adopted. We just saw the kickoff. We just saw all this shit that's being adopted to make it more inclusive. And I'm just telling you, I forward think. I see what's ahead. I'm telling you what's coming, and this is what's coming. We're adopting and making these rules for what? Something bigger coming. Like P. Diddy shit got rated for something bigger than what we think. Or they would have arrested Diddy. They didn't arrest Diddy.
Sometimes we overthink, JB, and sometimes like some stuff is right there. There is listen. I'm standing on this hill, and if I'm wrong, I'll come in and say I'm wrong. There's there's no way that a born woman will play football. Point blank. Period. If they do, the only position will be kicker. The reason why I know that because I played football for a long time, and I know for a fact a woman cannot do anything on the field. That's not even an argument. There's no argument. There's zero argument. So that's why I'm saying. So maybe there is some big picture. I think the big picture is getting as much money as they possibly can by bringing in more of a woman's fan base. That's why they had Taylor Swift every freaking game she was there. They put her on the camera. You want to bring more women, more of the casual fans, more of the fans who don't know football that much to actually become fans and tune into the game, because the more views they get, the more ad dollars, the more money that the league can get. That's what they're trying to do. Putting actual females on the field is literally impossible unless they want to actually move to a flag football game. If they do that, I do not see how they expect to still make nearly the same amount of money that they've been made for all this time if they move to flag football. That's all I'm saying. If they do it, hey, we'll see it. But I like that. That seems like That would be insane. That would be insane if that happened.
So when it does happen, though, what are you gonna say? Damn, JB, I wish I would have listened, man. And I
wouldn't have said I wished. I would have just said I was wrong.
No, you should be though. You should. That's the problem. You should though, because when we go back and look, we always go back and say, "Damn, we should have fought the good fight, man. We let it go, and look what's happened to the game." See, that's the difference. We don't forward think right now. Not enough people do it. We always think that we're overthinking it, and it's gonna be okay, and then we get fucked. That's the problem. See, in 5 years, you're going to be like, fuck, man, I should have fought the good fight. We should have did something. We should have said something. We should have been louder. That's what you're going to hear. Not just you. I'm just saying you're going to hear that from fucking everybody.
So, JB, right now.
Media. You're going to hear it from everybody. And now right now, you're all, it's okay because, time's just moving along. Like, just wait. I'm just telling you.
So, JB, it's March 27th, Wednesday, 2024. Are you telling me right now that you expect the NFL to change their official rules to flag football at some point down the line?
I don't know about flag, but it'll become basically touch football of some sort. I mean, look what it is already. Like, it's already becoming. So
you think they're gonna remove tackling is what you're saying in some form?
I don't know if they can remove tackling.
You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I mean, like,
if they do, it's just it. But let's be clear. Who thought the Pro Bowl would be fucking flag football, Smitty?
You're right.
Who thought the Pro Bowl was going to be fucking flag football 5 years ago?
Yeah, you're right. But that's because NFL players aren't hitting. Like the players don't want to do it though. That's the players' fault.
I'm just saying, who thought that though?
That's because the players like, why would I get hurt in a Pro Bowl game?
So they're gonna say that soon about the game too.
No, they don't. That don't make sense.
Oh, you allowing it?
That don't make sense. The game is the actual the work. Like that's the thing that matters. I'm saying the Pro Bowl don't actually matter, which I said it from the jump. We had this whole argument about a month ago.
Why play it if it doesn't matter?
Excuse me?
Why play it if it doesn't matter?
That's the point. These guys like to just say that they were Pro Bowls because, again, it's another thing on paper. These guys don't actually want to play the game. They want to
point. You're okay with them getting money to not even play a game for the fans. That is what you're cool with.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
it's straight evident.
From a player standpoint, I understand why. It's the end of the season. Dog. My team done lost. I'm up for a new contract in the actual games that actually matter.
So then what?
I'm gonna go to Hawaii or Florida for one last game and play the game that literally nobody cares or nobody matters.
Why does it change all of a sudden?
You can't
your generation only one.
You can't tell me
your generation.
You can't tell me the last 5 Pro Bowl championship winners because you don't give a fuck.
That's my point. It's not even about the winner.
Never do it. You don't care.
It's not even about the winners. Why is it only your generation that cares about changing the fucking narratives, though? Like, I'm just trying to figure out why is only your generation okay with this soft ass shit?
My generation, we push back on certain shit. Your generation just do whatever people say. Okay,
we'll do it.
Okay, we'll do it.
Why is it your generation? That's what I'm asking. I'm just asking that.
I'm telling you because we push back on shit that don't make sense.
But I'm saying, I'm asking you, why is it only your generation that's okay with getting paid and not having to do the work?
Because
why were we the ones having to do the work and get paid? I'm just trying to say. So you're basically saying, fuck everybody else that played a gladiator sport that risked their lives forever and had to play in a Pro Bowl and actually hit to get the $10,000 extra bag. Now you're like, fuck it. Just pay us still. We'll play flag and not get hurt. You're okay with it, though. See, that's the problem I have, dog. Because there's forefathers in this game, Smitty. There's forefathers at ESPN, at Fox Sports. There's forefathers in media. There's forefathers in football. There's forefathers in coaching. I pay homage. We should all pay homage to the people that got us an opportunity to make money. I find it very disheartening, and it's very sad that nobody understands that this game is bigger than them. Like, they think they're the game. They think these players think they're running the shit. Like, what happened to the fucking game that allowed you to do this? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. But you're okay with playing in the game, getting the bag. But I'm telling you, fuck no. Then don't pay them no money. Put them on a piece of paper as a Pro Bowler. If you just want to be labeled a Pro Bowler, don't play the game and don't take the extra money. Because to me, it's a slap in the face.
I'm cool with
Why
that.
are you playing in a flag football game and getting paid to play in the game.
The reason why they're getting paid is because the league is still making fucking boatload of money, and they're making it off the backs of the player, whether it's flag, whether it's hopscotch, they're just TikToking all day. Regardless, whatever they're doing, it's still working from a financial standpoint. So it doesn't make sense for the organization to make this money, and the players don't make the money. So that's why they're getting paid. But at the end of the day, you keep saying disrespect to the forefathers. It has nothing to do with the forefathers. You're telling us like, just because the forefathers did something, we have to continue to do the exact same thing. If that's the case, there's never change ever. We would always do exactly what the first season of NFL ever done. There would never be any change ever. Just do exactly what everybody else did.
Pay homage.
Come on now.
I didn't say do the same thing. I said pay homage. You all telling me you pay homage?
Yeah.
Get out of here with that shit.
My generation does.
Generation of all time.
My generation does. The thing is, you're looping me in with the people getting drafted today who are 22 and 23. That ain't me.
Players.
That ain't me.
Right. I'm talking about the current players, not you. I'm talking about the current generation of players.
That's like me looping you in with the 38-year-olds. That ain't really your generation for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right. So the
Big Bang's your generation.
I'm talking about this generation. When I say your generation, I'm talking about the players that we're talking about. I'm talking about the guys that are playing right now in the sport of all sports, basketball, football, everything. I'm trying to figure out when we actually say, I didn't say no, change wasn't inevitable. We already know change is going to happen every era. But I'm talking about why are we paying guys? Because I'm going to make a really good point here that no one wants to bring up. And this is why, to me, it's a slap. My own player, Jermaine Johnson, made his first Pro Bowl. But did he? See, that's the thing about it. He didn't. He didn't make the Pro Bowl because of the timing of the Pro Bowl being in between the Super Bowl and the last game. Now, real guys that are getting picked for the Pro Bowl are opting out of the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl means absolutely diddly shit. And Josh Allen's going to play golf at Pebble Beach. And other guys are saying, why am I going to go play flag football? But yet they get paid to get picked to go to the Pro Bowl. So then we have alternates now at every position. Just look at the quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl last year, Smitty. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out how we're taking that serious. Why don't we just put it on paper and move on?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Don't pay him. Don't pay him.
I didn't watch the Pro Bowl. So
I know. That's what I'm saying. But stop paying him too.
Cool. I don't care. That's cool. Like, it's not harming me at all. I'm just saying. I understand why the players don't care about playing in the game because it never matters. It has never mattered.
But Smitty, when the players don't care, we lost the product.
True, and that's sad. But at the end of the day, they don't care.
What do you mean? That's what my point is. This whole thing goes back full circle.
Well, the NFL needs to find a stronger, bigger incentive that will make them care. And if they can't do that, then yeah, I'm with you. Drop the game. Just say they're a Pro Bowler because that's what they did. They earned that throughout the season and move on. I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? The NBA trying to figure out the same thing. The All-Star game was shitty. Now trying to figure out, okay, should we do a World versus USA game or whatever? Like, they're trying to figure out ways to improve it because at the end of the day, it's just tough when the players just don't care about the game. Because at the end of the day, you know why players don't care? Because media talking heads like you and I, we go on here and we say, well, did they win though? Did they win though? Did they win a championship? Well, did they win Super Bowl? Did they win it? It don't matter. We've set up a narrative. We've created a narrative. You've created a narrative.
Don't move it to us.
Regular season games don't matter. That Pro Bowl games don't matter. Nothing matters to JB and countless others in the media outside of winning the damn championship. You have said numerous times that Lamar Jackson has done nothing. You've used that exact term. You say he's done nothing. You don't count his MVPs. You don't count the yards thrown. You don't count anything he's done because he hasn't won a championship. So that's going to be your feeling, your opinion. Cool. Stand on that. Stay consistent. And understand that players are not going to want to play in the Pro Bowl.
You're missing something. You're wrong.
I'm cooking him right now.
No, you're not. I just can't yell over you because you'll get evicted.
Go ahead. You can yell.
You're missing something. Totally missing something. We only talk about them. Why? Because there's something to talk about. Yeah. So don't put it on the media to talk about them because we've made a narrative. We're not the ones making the narrative. The players have allowed and you've given them inches. People in the hierarchy have given them inches. They've taken feet. And now we have to discuss it. Don't talk about we are the ones that started it in the media. Come on now. The media didn't start it. The media only discusses what has happened. We don't start the league rules. The media didn't create the Pro Bowl rules. What are you talking about? We only talk about the rules when they're created and allowed to be soft. We didn't start it. The media hasn't started the narrative. We only push and sell it and report on it and talk about it and tweet about it. We didn't create it. So you're totally wrong on that statement you just made.
The media
discuss what's happening.
Media has the power to elevate something, to make something bigger than what it is. We do have the power to increase the hype over a player, over a sport, over a thing. Like we do have that, and we have never been hyped about the damn Pro Bowl. Even when they were really hitting, we'll spend a day, maybe two max, even talking about it on like an ESPN, and then after that they're moving on, because at the end of the day they know the Pro Bowl game, when in the grand scheme of things, it literally does not matter, the actual game itself. Now, when you go to Hall of Fame, they'll say, okay, this guy 13-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, et cetera, et cetera. But they're not going to be like, this guy was the Pro Bowl MVP and he made one of the greatest catches in the Pro Bowl history, and because it actually doesn't matter. Like I'm not saying, like I'm saying it literally doesn't matter. And part of the reason why it doesn't matter is because we in the media, we only care about winners and losers. Did you win the championship? Did you lose the championship? That's it.
The media doesn't make the player soft, Smitty. Come on, man. The media is not making the narrative. The media is not making these players load manage. The media is not making players not pay homage and have straight up blatant disrespect when they leave and come out and demand a trade and then walk out, NIL, transfer portal. You're acting like the media is controlling this shit. The media just pushes. I agree with you.
The media plays a big role, JB. Don't sleep on the power of the media.
But let's be clear. They're not the tone setter. They're not making the rules. They're reporting on them.
Why do you think players leave so much now in the NBA and they create these super teams? Why do you think players create these super teams? I'm going to tell you why I believe so.
Hold that thought. Let's come back to it. Let's take a commercial break. Let's take a commercial break. Smitty, that's your rule, commercial break. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll come back right after this. Steve Kim will be joining us in about 30. Keenan Middleton for Key's Thoughts right after that at about 8 o'clock Pacific, and we'll come back to all this. See you in about 5. Peace.
You're wearing that T-shirt, JB. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I can't back down now, Jason. I can't back down now. I can't renege. This ain't spades. I can't renege and say, hey, it is what it is. I'm ready for it. By the way, it was Mahomes' first 300-yard Super Bowl, and it took overtime.
Listen, I try my. Listen, I'm not even a Chiefs fan, you know that, but at some point, you gotta just be honest and keep it real. Mahomes is amazing, man. He makes plays when he needs to make plays, but JB will find a way, no matter what happens. He will find a way to still win in his head, in his mind.
Jason, I'm sure Jason's going to blast me on his show today and ask me these questions. So, but look at Andy Reid here. He is totally embarrassed, and he's like, it keeps me young, and he's making the fun out of it last night, interviewing him after the push.
He keeps me young.
The balance looked good.
Yeah, not so good. He tested that hip out. Yeah, I know.
I mean, what can he say? What can he say? Like, I'm cutting him. I'm getting rid of him. Like, I don't know, man. At some point, I think that I just think that he could be exhausted, man. This is a lot now.
Well, I do think it's a lot for all of these coaches in terms of, you got to understand, no one even criticized Travis Kelce last night on the broadcast. It's crazy that a player could do that and not get criticized and not have it be a story. When they got to halftime and Nate Burleson talked all over Bill Cowher and everybody else and wouldn't even allow this topic to be addressed, I was like, what world am I living in? They're down at halftime. They showing no composure, and Travis Kelce's just push, shove, whatever, run up on one of the great coaches. And I can't even hear Bill Cowher or anybody talk about it. And it's just, that's how protected players are. That's how much the balance of power has switched. And so it's very tough on all these coaches. And look, players around the league, is why A.J. Brown tweeted about it. Players realize, like, man, we got all the power. We make more money than the coaches, and the media is afraid of us. And so we can do anything. And so if I'm a coach and I made a bunch of money and my legacy's strong, yeah, do I consider doing what Nick Saban's doing? I was like, hey, man, someone else got to deal with these headaches. I'm good.
All right, let me ask you a little college move before we get out of here. Chip Kelly left the head coaching job at a Power 5 and went to be an OC at Ohio State. Ryan Day, he coached their New Hampshire guys and all this stuff. I called it weeks ago. What do you think about that? Is that full evidence of I'm done? And since I couldn't get an NFL job, which we know Chip was trying to get, Seahawks was the Seahawks OC job. He couldn't get it. So is this the way of saying, listen, at least I ain't the head coach anymore. If I'm going to stay making a couple million at Ohio State, it's going to be as a coordinator because I don't want to deal with this stuff that's going on. And we've seen Harbaugh, Saban. We're seeing half at Boston College just walk up and get out of there and go to Green Bay as a coordinator. It's happening more and more and more. And I've talked to guys that say, JB, we're trying to get out of here. Did Chip Kelly just do that?
To some degree, yes, because as a coordinator, you can just worry about X's and O's. The head coach has to live in that transfer portal. The head coach has to deal. If he stays at UCLA, he's under a lot of pressure. He's probably needed to win 9-10 games to keep his job at UCLA. And now you can go make $1.5 million, $2 million at Ohio State, just drawing up plays. That being a coordinator in college might be a better job than being the head coach in college. Sharon Moore may find that out at Michigan. It's just like he was in an ideal position, drawing up plays. Harbaugh's dealing with all the headaches. The kind of money that coordinators are getting paid now, that's a great living with a lot less headaches.
All right. Let's get it cracking. Apparently the trolls are cracking in the chat. That's what I'm hearing. We'll try to get rid of some of them. I wish they could all call in, but they're so bitch made and stuff.
They're so soft. They're so scary.
Hey, Bailey, did you see the thing I just sent you in the chat? Can you put that in real quick? They're saying that there's a new football cleat out on the market, and it's Caleb Williams has his own cleat line already.
What?
Yeah, dog. Shout out to Caleb Williams.
There's the Caleb Williams.
For getting his own cleat line already.
I can't even hate on that.
I believe it's Reebok.
I can't even hate on that. I'm gonna be real with you.
Once Bailey gets it in, we'll see. But I think it's Reebok.
Okay. Got some AIs.
Yeah.
What's going on, chat? Dang, Jesse and Chris really in like a real relationship. Shout out to y'all.
Who?
Jesse and Chris. I think they're actually boyfriend and girlfriend now. I've been watching them in the chat last few days. And
Jesse and Chris.
In our chat, like Chris and Jesse are in a serious relationship. Like they tell each other good morning, boo.
There's Caleb Williams' new cleat. What happened, Smitty? What's wrong?
Now my neck started doing something.
Oh, shout out to Caleb Williams for having a new Reebok cleat. This is his new. Is this show gonna get picked up?
I don't know. It's 50-50, man. It's in the air. It's in the air. See you, baby. I love you. Have a great day. Call me if you need me, and I'll see you in a minute. Stilettos, pumps.
Show on Planet ERF.
The
That's
trunk.
what it is, though. We got to break the code, Smitty. Smitty got to be down for the cause. You got to be down for the
I
cause.
like this shit because, like, good or bad, we put it all on out here. We fuck up. We say shit we shouldn't say. We put segments on here. We like, if my girl hit me, you gonna see it live. If I get kicked out, it's gonna happen live on the show. Like, whatever happens, it's right here. Like, it's right here.
Shout out to I said once the lottery Mega Millions hit a certain amount of money, I was like, I'm gonna play it until somebody wins. Why not? Why? Because I found out a genius told me this.
Me?
The only way to win is to do what?
Play.
Like a genius told me that a while back. Because I was like, I never win the lotto. My boy was like, you ever play? I go, no. No shit. You ain't going to win the lotto. So anyway, I said, I'm going to play until somebody hits. Well, last night, a New Jersey native hit it for $1.13 billion. Depending on what they do, they're going to take more than half gets snatched if you take up the front money.
That's cool.
That dude's life changed right now. That dude's life has changed.
I'm hating right now. I ain't gonna lie. 500 mil.
But I'm actually mad that they took 800 mil.
Yeah, I'm mad. But at the end of the day, though, JB, I'm good with 500 mil. I'm from the hood.
You're good.
I'm great. Like, I'm beyond my kids.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's good.
Mediocre.
Yeah, I'm from the hood, JV. You ain't from the hood for real. 500 mil?
I get it. But when I look at it and you didn't do anything to get 800 mil.
And I ain't do nothing to get 500 mil.
You did do something. You probably played multiple. I've probably spent 500. So I did do something. I spent about 500. That's gone. That this motherfucker got, or the government got.
In the government, they spend money on
tickets. Now
tickets.
you're making me think about it, I'm actually getting pissed off right now. So you're actually pissing me off right now about it.
You do lose a lot of money, though, JB, gambling on that shit. And then you lose money when you actually do gamble because you're
Caleb Williams, clean ticket and fuck it. I'm kind of mad. I want to show more shit. I want to show more shit to fucking fuck with it.
Stilettos, pumps, and the club. Remember he's doing that little dance? Like he's
I can't do the 30-year payout, Steven. I'll be dead.
Yeah,
so I gotta take front money. I gotta take the front money, that's why they want you to do. They want you to do that shit. So
JB got 20 years left.
They forcing you. You know what I mean?
JB got 20 good years left. After that, it's gonna be the Big Smitty show with fucking whoever else I get.
Real shit. The first thing I'm gonna do is hire. So basically, real talk though, Powerball's on 900 mil tonight. Both of them were almost at $1 billion. So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that until some ghostly figure wins the lotto because we never see who wins it. Have you ever noticed that either?
We never see.
I want to see the motherfucker come out like, yo, Brooklyn. There's a motherfucker. I won that motherfucker. I want to see the real cat that gets it because we ain't never seen. They either smoke his ass right out the gate and take all the money. I wouldn't be shocked at all if the government did that, and or it's a fake setup. It's just
I think it's fake because ain't nobody from my hood ever won ever. I ain't never knew like, hey bro, you know Doodoo Bean down the street on Post Road? Yeah, he won the whole thing. Like, why have I never heard that?
Why have I never heard nobody? All I've ever heard about winning it, Cisco in here, is Mexicans. All Mexicans have always won it. And I'm trying to think, are they legal? Are they even registered? Is that why we don't know? Because they make a name up that we don't know. That's not even a real name. It's all Mexicans. And it's always a shithole ass liquor store. That's why they all say you ain't gonna win it in the city. You got to go out in the hood and play in some shithole place. No, you don't. That's just because they don't know nobody out there. And that liquor store is not even probably on the fucking map to be registered, like to be looked into and shit.
That's how it is.
Like, Smitty, they won the liquor store out there by, out there by White Castle and shit. Like, right. You going out there? No shit. and the motherfucker that won it is Alejandro Jimenez. Like, motherfucker.
It be the most random gas station, JV. Ain't nobody going out to that shithole. What, JV? What's the name, JV?
Alejandro Jimenez. And you know who won it? The motherfucker that was another motherfucker bought here you go.
Right, I don't want to hear.
I'll give you a ticket. That motherfucker woke up this morning like.
Hopefully he watched the news and saw that he won. Shit.
Motherfucker woke up like, America, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Y tú? ¿Qué habla? Mamón, mamona. Now America has a name, huh? ¿Cómo te llamas, America? We could get a license. God damn, homie.
Speaking of license, y'all, I got my license.
I got a new license.
What you mean?
For
5 years.
My birthday was due. It was due on my birthday, February. So I had to go to DMV, fucking do all that. So I got a real ID, which is now probably another tracker to track your shit even closer to a T.
Right.
So I had to get that.
JB, I'm trying to buy your shit. I'm trying to buy your, you know what I mean? I'm trying to buy your.
Can't buy that. I live in the hood, Smitty. So I don't know if you know. I live in the hood. You come out here, shit. I gotta have it.
That's probably why I'm so comfortable over there. I'd be over there. I was chilling, bed super comfortable. I'm laid out, door open. I be feeling at home at your crib.
I'm not in the hood where I'm at. So
stayed the night last week. Pause.
Hey, Stephon Gilmore got arrested last night for DUI.
No, he didn't. Stephon Gilmore, the corner.
Oh, maybe not. Who is it? Who's the corner?
Ain't no way it was Stephon.
Not Stephon Gilmore. I'm tripping. The other corner for the Patriots back in the day. They got the pick, Butler.
Oh, Butler.
JUCO product.
Don't say Gilmore. He'll
JUCO
never get
product. JUCO product. Yeah, he didn't look good either in the mugshot, dog. To be honest.
Malcolm Brown.
I thought it was Butler. I don't know. Baby, who got arrested last night? Old Malcolm Butler.
Dang.
I was right. Butler. The one that got the pick in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Against the Seahawks. When your guy Pete Carroll decided he wanted Russell Wilson win the MVP instead of handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch, who had just made a big time run to even get to that 1 yard line. One of the worst calls in football history.
Play. Quiet as kept. I heard Russell Wilson change play.
One of the worst calls in football history. Still one of the greatest coaches, though, but one of the worst calls. Players messed up, too.
Malcolm Butler was arrested. Baby, if you can find his picture, he got arrested and DUI. Why are these cats getting DUI? I don't get it, dog. I don't get it.
JB, all right, look in this camera, though, real quick, and tell me. Look in this camera and tell me, have you ever, like when I say ever, like this year, drank and drove?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So when you say why they getting DUI, motherfucker, we all drink and drive. It doesn't matter. We don't get caught. Let's keep it funky, JB.
No, it's not true. That's not the case at all.
It is the case. If you would have gotten pulled over that one day you were driving back from Arizona, you would have got a DUI.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yes, you would have. It's not about being drunk. It's about
you pulled over before.
JB, if they decide to breathalyze your shit,
doesn't matter.
I don't gotta be drunk. If you're past the legal limit, you get a DUI.
You gotta know the law to beat the law. I don't have to accept a breathalyzer. And they can't arrest me. They can detain me. And then by that time, go ahead.
See, that's white privilege right there.
No, that's not. It's smart. It's smart, and it's understanding the law, and you got to know the law to beat the law. I grew up as a criminal.
A black man can't say all that shit. I ain't doing breathalyzer. Why you getting loud?
Yeah, Smitty sound like a fed, ain't he? DJ, motherfucker trying to get us cracked off on here.
Ain't nobody listen to this motherfucker right now. We got 10 of y'all in here. The same people in here. D Jones, Sugar on the Rim, Chris, Lucy, and motherfucking the fucking Jada. Y'all the same people in here. Ain't no feds in here.
Hey, so
dissing the show, dissing my own show.
You trying to get off the show.
Right.
So look. I told you my players used to want me to cut them. They did. They wanted out. So they did some stupid shit to get kicked out. That's what Smitty doing right now.
right. Trying to piss him off and shit. I hate you,
First
JB.
of all, here's my reason I say this. I don't have the luxury to pay for a driver. I don't have the luxury to have someone drive me around. These cats are getting pulled over in regular streets in neighborhoods. Get a fucking Uber, homie. Get a driver. You have money. I'm trying to figure out. That is why I asked the question. Not that I don't do it. If I did it, it's on me. I'm telling you, get a driver. Get a fucking person. By the way, ex-NFL players that have goddamn, what's the word?
IUDs?
No, pension, that have been in the league long enough, they can still have access to the resources. So you can go get help. You can go get a driver, get a fucking all kind of different shit. No, I don't want nobody driving me around. Fuck no.
And fucking exactly. And these grown ass men ain't about to call.
No, all the time. I'm talking about now. If I had millions of dollars, you fucking best believe I'm getting someone to drive me around. Why not? Why not?
I don't like driving, so I definitely have someone to drive me around.
Weiger Woods is the fucking idiot. He drove drunk and fucked up.
I pay you to drive me around. Flip the script. Because you like driving. You love driving. So I pay you a couple thousand just drive me around.
Why flip the script, though? I didn't get it.
Yeah, you know why. Look. You know that, man. Driving Miss Daisy.
My limo driver, white. My attorney, black.
Driving Big Smitty. Yeah.
Around is whack.
Ooh, okay, keep going.
I got bars.
Baby girl, I know IUD is birth control. It was a joke. It was a DUI flip back. Listen, I'm a rapper at heart, y'all. So I say stuff and I flip it just to kind of be cool with it, shit like that. I'm really good with my words. Even when I ain't trying to rhyme, this shit just flow like a turd. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to be me, but you can't be Smitty or JB. So I just talk in a rhythmic notion and rhythmic flow in a rhythmic way. While a lot of y'all just be trying to be happy, but y'all really gay. So, like, when I say gay, I mean happy in that situation. See, like, my wordplay it happens on accident. I don't even mean to say what I say. It just kind of happens that way. So, go ahead, JB.
The mayor of New York, who's apparently he's been caught with Puffy on some shit and has sexual allegations against them. Have you heard about the mayor of New York? This whole Puff Daddy thing's big, dog. Puff Daddy thing's big, homie. Have you seen now 50 blasting Jay-Z putting his ass shit out there?
50 going to everybody. Hey, I'm sorry. Your transitions are fucking hilarious.
Have you seen Otani?
まずはじめに、僕自身は、何かにかけたりとか、誰かに代わって、そのスポーツイベントにかけたりとか、それをまた頼んだり、っていうことはないですし、まあ、僕の口座からブックメーカーに対して、誰かに送金を依頼したことももちろん全く、ありません。
So I never bet on baseball or any other sports, or never.
Motherfucker, homie. Oh, like I said, UNC -4. Homie.
I'm gonna get
That's
evicted.
it. Watch the beginning again.
I'm gonna get evicted.
まずはじめに、僕自身は、何かにかけたりとか、誰かに代わって、そのスポーツイベントにかけたりとか、それをまた頼んだり、っていうことはないですし、まあ僕の
Alabama has no coach. This motherfucker's he's into like a mother. Have you seen the video of him rolling baseballs in the dugout?
No, I ain't seen that one.
Homie, everything they got a video of this cat doing. Everything he does is like a gamble. It's like he's in the homie. Him and the players for the Angels are rolling baseballs and seeing which one sticks closest to the fucking to the step.
Yeah,
and that motherfucker gets up like, yeah, like he's a better. That motherfucker's a gamble.
Like MJ. That's how MJ used to do. Flip the coin.
Yeah, this motherfucker, bro.
Damn. Oh my God. That was the funniest like moment right there. Like that whole situation was just hilarious. What just happened. We went from me freestyling to JB immediately with no break going straight to you heard about Diddy, and then he went straight from Diddy to fucking Otani. That whole back to back was crazy. Chris, you right. We ain't gonna get picked up, but you know we have fun, and it makes my heart happy. It de-stresses me, so I don't even care no more. Y'all.
Have you heard Sean Payton about Russell Wilson?
Nah, what do you say?
With Russ knowing that the dead cap consequences were so severe to make that decision to let him go?
No.
Sean Payton don't give a fuck about it, man.
He didn't give a fuck about Russell Wilson Cleveland.
Do they play each other next year? I hope they do. The Steelers and Broncos?
I'm sure they probably do.
Please do. Oh, I hope they play. I don't know who I want to win, but I want it to be crazy in one direction. Either Russ throws 5 touchdowns, no picks, and win, or Sean Payton coaches his ass off and locks him up the whole night.
Hey, it's funny though that the kickoff rule went in yesterday, and Mike Tomlin immediately goes out and gets return specialist Cordell Patterson. So big get, JUCO product in the house. Hutchinson Junior College, Kansas, gets a shot right away with Tom and the Steelers. So it makes sense. Big body, can hit the crease fast. Cordell Patterson right there. That's a big get.
Shout out to him, man. He's like a Debo Samuel type of guy because he could do a little bit of everything. He can return. He can be a running back. He can receiver. You know, he's just an athlete. Good to have on your team. And this Steelers team looking serious, JB. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The more and more moves they make, they look real serious. If Russell Wilson could just be decent, he just be decent, man. I think they'll be real contenders in the AFC North. That's a strong division with Burrow coming back healthy, Lamar, who's the top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Like, it's gonna be real tough, man, in the AFC North.
Yeah. Let's dive into a couple signings real quick before we dive into Bears. Ryan Poles talking about Caleb Williams. Big Matt will join us Steve will join us at 8, and Keenan Middleton in about 8 minutes. Look, the Bears, Ryan Poles have come out and talk about Caleb Williams. We'll get to that later with Steve. The Rams signed trade Davius White, 1 year, $10 million deal. Big corner get, right?
Yeah, strong move right there. Yo, Rams.
Rams doing some things. I'm excited to see what the Rams do next year. A lot of teams making a lot of moves. The NFL announces 2 Christmas Day games, as well as Amazon Prime will broadcast a wild card game. Eagles will play the Browns in Brazil, but that game will be on Peacock. Again, like this money. That's all it is, dog. And that's why I just have a problem with what they do rule wise. I just have a problem. It goes full circle, but that's a whole nother thing.
You don't like money, JB?
I like money, but I'm saying it's just you can't. What's the word? Cut off your
nose to spite your face or something like that.
Yeah, like they're getting rid of the common fan in front of your very eyes. I don't understand how people don't see that. It's a corporate game. It's corporate America. It's corporate money. When that eventually runs out for whatever reason, you're going to have a problem with no one painting their face no more and the real fan out there drinking beer in the fucking parking lot. It's crazy. My boy told me he went to a game and said now, I'm sure Bills Mafia, Kansas City, there's a few places, of course, are still alive. But I've heard multiple people tell me that the tailgating is shit.
Really?
Across the yeah, and that's scary. When I hear the tailgating is dying out, there's a problem, Houston. And I'm telling you, that's a real thing. Let me dive into this topic real quick with you. Back to the P. Diddy thing. They got video of his house is getting raided, and TMZ posted a few clips, and I don't know if you've seen this.
Yeah, I saw this.
Okay, so
the aftermath.
I want you to see this, and I want to be clear on what I said yesterday. And I saw comments about people talking about you're over your skis and Homeland Security is for international blah blah blah. No shit. Anyway, it must be over your skis if you don't understand why Homeland Security is in this. And I've talked to several people, and they said I'm exactly right, especially people in the military. I am trying to figure out. I'm from the hood, Smitty, like you're from the hood. Does this look like Homeland Security went through there and with a fine-tooth comb and was looking for multiple things and organized things and put papers in? I've seen Homeland Security and FBI go in and rake houses, and I've seen boxes come out. I've seen the house look somewhat in order where they have organized it to a T so they know where they are. That looks like the homies ran through there looking for one thing.
Something specific.
One thing. They went through that motherfucker looking for one thing. You can't tell me different. You can't tell me they weren't doing that in Miami and in LA and in New York. And I heard he put the kibosh on him too. I heard he got the plane in the air and took that bitch over. I heard the plane because I don't know, but has all kind of documents on the plane, and then they told that plane to land, and he wasn't on it, and blah blah blah. I'm just saying, dog. They're looking for one thing, whatever that list is, whatever that thumb drive is, that CD, something's cracking. And now Jay-Z's in the mentions of 50 Cent. 50 Cent bringing that shit up. You got the mayor of New York tied with him, giving him the key. By the way, he gave him the key after all the allegations came out.
Yeah, this was September, I believe. That's long ago.
The allegations already came out, and then he still gave him. And then the mayor also has a record of SA.
Yep. I saw that too, man. I don't know where this shit starts at and where it stops at, but man, it's
I doubt
crazy.
we'll ever know. They'll cover it up. I doubt we'll ever find out, dog. This is how the world operates. This is how our government works, period.
One thing I will say, though, I'm going to start listening to 50 Cent, even when he jokes. Just listen to him, though. Like listen to the joke, laugh, but then really listen to what he's talking about. Because he's been talking about Diddy being on this type of stuff for a long time. You really read between the lines. Some stuff he said straightforward. He be knowing stuff. Because I think they probably tried to get 50. And 50's like, hell no, I ain't moving like Elway. But he still knows everything.
Crazy shit. He posting shit that he don't care about either. He posting it like, fuck it, come at me. I think 50 is a real one. I think people know that too. If you're gonna get at 50, you're gonna have to get at 50 with like through some folks, because he gonna have folks with him.
Yeah,
he got paid folks plus crimey. So
like 50 really from the street. Not rappers be faking. Like 50, I think is validated. Everybody who's ever talked about, even people who don't like him, they like, yeah, he really was like crazy like that in the streets for real. You know what I'm saying? So I think he just don't care.
It's crazy. You should follow Suge's Twitter.
He been clowning in jail. Bro, when did jail get to a point where you can just like chill? People got phones, taco, they be eating good, texting.
But his tweets are talking about shit that, like, he knows shit. And there's shit he's talking about that people probably should pay attention to too. So I'm just saying, very interesting. Before Key pops in, I want to get into something real quick. This portal thing is unbelievable. But yesterday, an Ole Miss kid, he's now at Ole Miss, played at Florida last year, basically said this.
Attacking the run game a little bit, but I feel like here I'm getting coached harder for things like that. You know, I feel like at Florida, like the way I was coached, it was kind of like, it was almost as if like they was just telling me to go out there and use my talent, if that makes sense. But here, you know, Coach Lou and Coach Lou and Coach Joyner, they really on me about the little things, you know, attacking the run. Coach Lou really goes through the progressions of the drops and the routes that are being run when I have to go into coverage. Like when I was at Florida, it was like they would just tell me, go drop to this area, and I would have to figure out everything else on my own. But here, you know, they go real into depth. I feel like I'm actually getting, you know, developed here.
That's real.
So, Smitty, let me dive into this guy real quick. So first of all, I've heard he's a complete lazy shitbird, number one. Oh. And, you know, I'm going to do some research to call some folks that I know. I heard he's an absolute lazy shitbird, number one. Number two, he sounds like a fake-ass good boy. Number three, I know Lane. Lane's going to take him, and Lane's going to think he can get through to him, so maybe he can. We'll see. Lane's hit and miss on all of them, just like everybody else has. So the point I have to make is, though, like, first of all, he didn't even know one of the coaches' names. Number two, the fact that we are in this business now and throw other people and coaches and let's say companies for namesake under the bus is the reason why this is becoming an absolute player empowerment. Teach nobody nothing, no discipline, no structure, no culture. Do what you want. Talk shit. Talk shit about the guys that gave you a fucking scholarship out of high school and helped you in many ways, I'm sure. Helped your family in some sort of way. And now you throwing them under the bus as just to drop and do this. Maybe you didn't listen. Maybe you weren't coachable. Maybe you're lazy. Maybe they got rid of you for a reason or let you go for a reason. Let's say that. Maybe there's other things to this. And I just hate when I only hear that, because the problem I have is this is why I always go back to the coach should be different than the player when it comes to leaving and taking other jobs. The player can come out and talk all the shit he wants, and nobody will give him flack or heat for it. Nobody. 99.9% of you will defend the player. There's a reason for that. And the reason is because the coach, in this case, Florida's coach, can't come out and say nothing because he will immediately be canceled. He will immediately be labeled a shitbird coach, a piece of shit, a fucked up cat, a racist. Something will come out that he'll be labeled as if he mentions anything about the kid. So only one perspective of this comes out. And this is why I can't stand it. This is why I always defend the grown folks. This is why I it's a one-sided deal. And to me, you see kids come out every single day talking shit, and you only know his side of the story. And then everybody jumps to defending him. Everybody defends him. But the coach can't even make a statement. And if he does make a statement, what do you think it is? It's a PC-driven marketing person, publicist wrote, and this is the coach now at Florida responding to him. Okay, I'm him. I'm going to be him.
Okay.
Oh, he was a good kid. It was time to move on, and it is what it is. We wish him the best of luck. And that's it. That's all he can say, Smitty. And let's keep it real. That is exactly all he can say, or he faces the wrath tomorrow. If he came out and said, actually, this motherfucker was a shitbird. He was lazy as shit. I can show you the film. And I can show you the practice film. I can show you that he didn't go to class. I can show you that he was a fucking shitbird. See, that would be me. And then I'd be fucking, you know what I'm saying? This is what's happening, though. This is why I do not defend the kid ever. Because you don't trust these motherfuckers. You can't. And when you start to is when you lose and get out of the business. When you get out of the coaching business, when you start to trust these kids because you eventually got fucked by them. So
let me ask you this real quick, though. I agree. So everything you said was excellently laid out. I don't believe the player should ever publicly go out and say that about a coach. But being devil's advocate, do you think there could be some truth to what he said, though? Because you come on this show and talk about how bad coaching is, and you blame the college coaches for the lack of development for these players, specifically quarterbacks, but a lot of these players and why the product has turned bad because they're not teaching them the actual game. So that's basically what he just said.
Willing participant.
So you think that they are teaching the game, he's just not willing to learn.
Can't teach an unwilling participant. And I mean that in many ways. You got to have to lift up the sheets to figure out what I just said, because in a transfer portal era, NIL era, bag chasing era, pay to play era, can't teach an unwilling participant, dog. These cats don't want to be there. They want to chase the bag. When they get there, they're not starting right away as a freshman. They're chasing the bag. When they're there, they're chasing politics. It's an excuse. He played me. Coaches played me. Does it happen? Sure, it happens. But also it happens that you don't want to compete and you're chasing the bag. You're an unwilling participant. How can you coach or groom any young person if they're unwilling to get there? Wooski, who comes in and says a bunch of dumb shit, I think he's a Canadian. That's probably why he's fucking dumb. He said that it's like to be you forgot what it's like to be a player. Just bashes players all the time. Would never have coached if you didn't play. I don't know if that's English. It must be Canadian, French Canadian, or some dumbass fucking dialect that you have up there. I don't know what it is, Wooski, that you're trying to say, but you sound like a fucking idiot. And he probably got hit in the fucking face by a hockey puck too many times because all you hockey fucks are dumb as rocks. And you're all fucking absolute morons, especially the ones with the funny voices up north. So just shut the fuck up and leave the show if you're not happy, bitch boy. Now, let's move on amicably. I got to get into Keenan will be joining us here in a minute. Let me see.
About 30 minutes.
Is he 8 or 7:30?
You said Keenan was 8. You said Steve was 7:30.
Nah, Steve's 8.
Oh, Steve is 8. It might be a foursome on here. Pause. You know, Keenan come on whenever he can come on because he's in the middle of the season. He got shit going on, training. He married, family, kids, all type of shit going on.
Yeah.
Hey, you're hilarious though, JB. You're the only cat I know that can cuss somebody out and then go straight into like back to locked in on whatever the task at hand was. Like
what happened?
Exactly my point. What you just said is exactly my point. Shout out to you, man. Credit to you. That's just impressive. It's impressive.
Regular to me.
Hey, JB, I think I just found my personal like niche from my Instagram. For whatever reason, when I post stuff like funny videos with me and my shorty, me and my wife, it like blows up. So I think I'm gonna test that water, and it might help my brand blow up to 100,000 followers in like the next week or two, which then in turn will help our show blow up to 100,000 viewers per show live, and then we keep this thing rolling. So I'll keep posting the next 2 weeks on how this thing goes. Jay, you was like, shut the fuck up right now. Hey, JB don't really like me, y'all. I don't know if y'all knew that. Like, when we got the show, like we be arguing the whole Big Smitty. Why'd you say that during the show? You weren't locked in. You had no energy. You're whispering the whole show. Like, we really be at it the entire show. We might start recording the behind the scenes of what really goes on because we really not friends for real, y'all. Like, it's a whole nother boat that really goes on behind the scenes, y'all.
Yeah. Brandon L., you're another fucking nobody. I think you're another nobody that's got his girl in the picture. I think this guy's another nobody. Let's see.
Let's break him down.
Yeah, he's a guy that you don't see his face. You see his broad's face.
Well, you see him in the background.
I don't really see because I don't really want to look through it. I see his broad first.
He's cool, but Brandon used to sell weed, got pinched for like a fucking couple days, and he's working in like not construction. He's working in the warehouse right now. He's trying to get back on the right path. His girl, his girl right there with his girl. She smoked. She one of them like
his
white
wife.
girls that she white, but she like with the shit. But she, you know what I mean? Like she willing to do some shit. She'll fight you. She do all that type of shit. Yeah.
I think he's a bitch. And the reason
shout to your wife.
I think Brandon's a bitch for posting his wife first on the picture. So I believe Brandon would let dudes walk by, stare at his girl. He wouldn't do shit because I think Brandon's an absolute bitch. That's my personal opinion. But I'm real, and a lot of people can't handle that.
Look.
I'd be damned if I show my wife on social media pictures like a bitch would. So I just keep it real.
On JB, time out.
I don't come to Florida, Brandon. You come here, homeboy. I'll leave you my address. You're a bitch. Now shut the fuck up. I'll block your bitch ass too. So let's move on to Keenan Middleton will be here in a minute. Let's talk about she definitely wears the draws in the family. Guarantee you. She narcs these nuts, motherfucker. That's who she narcs. She don't narc he ain't no narc. She narcs these nuts in her motherfucking mouth. So that's what she do.
That's his wife, JB. That's his wife. That ain't his girlfriend.
I don't give a fuck who wife it is. Don't post her ass because you a bitch. Straight up. He's a bitch. He takes subtle little shots. He's a bitch. And cats need to start calling out bitches. That's just what it is. We need to keep it real. Don't be a fake ass good boy in the show like Brandon. He's not even a member.
Brandon said he would dog walk you though if he saw you face to face.
Get your bitch ass out of here. Bye. So anyway, I don't like Brandon. He's a bitch. And I'm gonna start calling out all bitch made cats. That's just what it is now. That's the new 2024. That's what it is. Because he's a bitch, and we all know that.
Hey, who's getting kicked out next? I think we got 3 people kicked out. Who's next? Who want to try JB and Big Smitty?
Who's next? I'll start over with a whole new fucking audience. Fuck it.
Let's break down Tim. Tim a good dude, I think, so far, but let's break him down because his picture is kind of unique. Like, what do you see from this cat right here? Is he a good dude? Is he a bad dude? Like, this guy named Tim Mervis.
Why? They're so small, I can't even see the pictures.
You don't see the picture? You get the long hair, get the fitted cap, glasses, no shirt with a tattoo on his chest.
He wrestles gators.
Okay.
He wrestles gators. Full on.
Is he from Florida? He's from down south for sure.
Oh yeah. Florida, Louisiana, Georgia.
Crazy accent.
I mean, I don't talk like this.
Is he racist or do he fuck with black people?
Talk like this. I fuck with gators on a daily basis.
Is he racist? Is he a little racist, you think, or he cool?
He's probably said a few words, you know.
Yeah. I mean, y'all have all said a few of them. Okay.
Not y'all, but yeah.
I mean, y'all all.
Hey, man, say what y'all want, man. Say what y'all want, but Taco Bell's. What you mean, oh my God?
I was talking to you.
I'm recording a video.
By the way, time out.
Taco Bell and weed.
That's the worst soda, Coke, Mountain Dew you can possibly get.
Nah, it's probably the best.
And I actually deleted the video out of my timeline when I saw it. I didn't want to see it. It actually gave me cringe vibes. The Mountain Dew Blast shit is fucking horrific. If you drink
Cold Red, Live Wire, and Baja Blast, the top
any other Mountain Dew other than the original Mountain Dew, you are an absolute young generational. I'm gonna just say it, shitbird. You're a shitbird.
Original is nasty.
Shit is good. Baja Blast is fucking garbage.
Original is nasty.
I bet you all the young people only like this. I guarantee you, it's a different generation that likes it.
We like
every old head in here likes the original Mountain Dew.
We like Cold Red, Mountain Dew Live Wire, and then Baja Blast.
And those are all garbage.
You tripping. You tripping.
But I was talking to you.
It's for the people.
Your wife was talking to you.
Disrespectful to your
Taco
wife.
Bell's. Stop playing. Baja Blast. Woo!
Thank you, Chanel. She said you're a attention whore.
Baja Blast. Listen, Mountain Dew ain't that good, but the 3 flavors that are fire is stop playing. Baja Blast. Stop playing. Stop playing. Baja Blast, Cold Red, and Live Wire. Stop playing all the time. I'm trying to do a video so we can get paid.
You're an attention whore.
So you can retire.
You're an attention.
Baja Blast gonna get him to retire like a motherfucker. Right. They're not even a sponsor.
Shout out to Mountain Dew.
Video. You're gonna see Smitty do a video about everybody. Today will be Sprite. Tomorrow will be fucking Reese's Cups. And he's gonna try to get somebody to fucking buy in this motherfucker.
Somebody got to give us something.
God damn.
Rare solos, like whatever we can get. Shout out to my wife though, man. Shout out to baby.
I want to hear while we're waiting on Keenan, because Keenan hit me earlier. He was like, he said that he got pulled in throwing session. He had to go in. They called him into a throwing session. So he said, so at 9:30, which was 6:30 our time. So yeah, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30, right?
Yeah, 10:30. Carried a 1, 2.
Maybe he got carried over, probably. So we'll see. We're on his discretion because he's live in season. So that's our in-season analyst. So sometimes shit happens. So we'll wait. Steve will join us at 8 with a special guest that I've lined up, Smitty, that no one knows about.
What?
Yeah.
You can't be throwing that out there and you ain't giving no heads up?
Yeah.
See, I don't know who it's going to be. I might have beef with this person. We don't know.
I promise you don't have beef with him.
For a fact. You know for a fact.
Yeah, I know for a fact.
All right. I'm making sure.
And he's like, for real ones, they'll know who he is. A lot of cats won't, I have to say, but a lot of cats will know who he is. And it's really a surprise to Steve and to you and to the community that we'll see. There's a lot going on with Meek Mill, though. A lot of shit going on. They're saying that motherfucker is really.
Man, they stop, man. I heard the audio a long time ago. Y'all gotta stop, man.
I'm not tripping on the audio. I'm talking about they got that motherfucker in the cage and shit. They got him doing calf raises on the tennis court. Have you seen that one?
I ain't seen that.
Dog, and then Puffy called him daddy.
That's
real, though. That's a live video. It's real. It's not IE or AE, whatever they call it.
AI.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. He's an AE, artificial intelligence. We gonna see that Diddy stuff is crazy though, man. Like whatever they said Diddy did, I believe that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't say he did it because I don't want to get sued, but I believe that. I believe everything that's going on.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I do, man.
That's strong. That's strong. That's strong to say that.
I do. It's too much.
Why? You
got overwhelming evidence of just people, too many people coming out. If you remember Cassie, who again, she ended up getting paid, so I think she like put her case down. But her case, I'm sure we can still find it online. It was so detailed of the things that he was making her do and making her, take drugs and do these threesomes and foursomes and watch him do stuff with other dudes. And then you hear the story about him blowing up. I always forget his name. What's my man's name? The rapper, kind of weird, paints his nail. Diddy blew his car up because Cassie was talking to him at a party and Diddy got jealous. And it's like, that's an actual, like that actually, his car literally got blown up. Kid Cudi, thank you. Yep, Kid Cudi's car got.
I don't even know who that is either. I just saw it.
You remember the song Kick Push a long time ago? I remember Kick Push. You remember Kick Push? Anyway, his car literally got blown up in front of his house. Now, I guess it's allegedly that it's Diddy, but like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much evidence. And then let's keep it funky. How long have we all been hearing about Diddy parties? Come on now. For a long time, y'all. For a long ass time. Like, we've been hearing about that. Just like the R. Kelly situation. Like, we've been knowing the motherfucker was fucking around. He liked younger people. We didn't know to what extent. But it wasn't like when we found out, it wasn't like, oh my gosh. Like, we knew what the motherfucker was on. So listen, I believe Diddy. I believe a lot of this shit he was doing it. I'm not gonna lie. So my fault. You right, baby girl. You right. That's Lupe. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got that mixed up.
I just saw a crazy video of a Ukrainian drill instructor teaching how to do tank weaponry. Motherfucker, the missile launcher blew up and blew his whole shit right off. They can show that on Twitter though, but I can't say fuck.
No, you can do whatever on Twitter, bro. Twitter is crazy now.
Not for me. I'll still get fucking banned, homie.
Elon then took over. You can do whatever on Twitter.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna walk and watch. I see all these comments on Instagram. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to even comment, dog. I'm just trying to be.
Instagram and TikTok, you can't do anything. Twitter, you can go off. I saw people I've been seeing people get killed on Twitter lately. Like literally, like Ring camera shot down.
I know, but
I think you're good on Twitter. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Instagram and TikTok, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. We need your Instagram, JB. Without your Instagram, we ain't got nothing. It's on you. If you want the show to grow, Let's
dive into this. Matt didn't join us today for this, but I want to dive into what you got to say about this.
Let the ball carry go. Hit it. Let's go. He needs to be hit. Don't touch the receiver. Ain't nobody hit nobody yet. But we supposed to be physical. So bull jump. Come on. When we gonna stop this foolishness? I'm seeing the same junk I saw last year. And everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to dirt check right here. Ain't nobody cashing in with it. Who fault was that? Mine. My bad, don't get it right here. That's it.
I love it.
But he said,
seeing the same thing he saw last year. JB, you're a coach. Hold on for a minute. Before you go in, take a deep breath for a minute. Take a deep breath. You know, as a coach, you say things to get your players going. They had a bad season last year, specifically on defense. So again, you're going to tell your player, I'm seeing the same stuff I was seeing last year, to put a fire underneath them, to have them show you, no, we're not the same team as last year. We are better. We are working. We are different this year. Like coaches, come on, for real, JB. I know we do a lot against Prom and a lot of stuff that he is warranted because he's been saying a lot of crazy stuff lately. So I'm not even like defending all that. But in this particular moment, yelling at his players, trying to get the guys, fired up because he doesn't like the effort or whatever he's saying in practice. He's demanding physicality. A little fight breaks out at practice. That's common stuff throughout the year. Anybody who played football knows that at practice that happens. Tell me you ain't got a problem with this particular clipping moment, JB.
Let me give you a take on coaching one-on-one.
Please do. Break it down fully.
So I try to avoid certain things that I say publicly to the team. That is normal stuff you see probably on a day-to-day for an average ring-of-the-mill coach, high school, JUCO, college. You probably see those same rhetorics being pushed around. A lot of coaches in here have probably said it, etc. there's certain things as you grow as a coach that every year you go into the lab with your pen and your pad and you sit down and you say, okay, these are things I want to get better at as a coach. Not as a social media fucking influencer, not as a fucking this, not as that, as a coach. I failed year one. I wouldn't even call year one a failure. He rebuilt a program. He's rebuilding a culture. So it is what it is. I've been in those situations. Even though my worst first year ever was 5-4, taking over a program, it's not the same. So we're not going to equate it. But from year to year, I go in the office and I say, here, things I'm going to avoid. The first thing I'm going to avoid is with the team, something about last year. Because when you say that, and this is a true statement, when you say that to your team, you are a hypocrite because it's your team. It is your team, Smitty, and you created this team either through recruiting, through the portal, or what you already have developed. So when you tell your team, this is what last year was, and blah, 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 pause, time out, rewind, and go to a staff meeting with my staff, and I would rip the staff and say, this ain't fucking last year. Not to my team, because this is the thing where you grow as a coach, which is why I want to call him Coach Sanders. This is why I want to see him grow and succeed. There's too many other variables in this thing, man. Like, I just don't see the coach. I see a lot of other shit outside noise. And that's all I see. And I'm trying to give people like Travis, who knows nothing. He's a nobody. Actual insight and game from an actual coach who's done this, and tell these fucking idiots. But they can't handle that truth. They only go straight to, oh, JB will never coach again. He's hating on Prime. I don't think it sounds like I'm hating on Prime at all. I'm just telling you what coaches do. Go listen to Nick Saban talk to his team and see if he ever talked. And I got this from Pete Carroll. See if you ever hear them use the word last year when he talks to the team. This ain't last year. This isn't this. This ain't that. Because they actually know these things exist, and you can't throw it out into the atmosphere, because these players will then start to think it is last year. So you have to eliminate that shit and mention it with your staff, because your staff is controlling that last year narrative. And this ain't last year. It's a new spring. It's a new fall. It's a new summer. And it's your fault, coach. It's my fault, Smitty. It's his fault. Like, it is what it is. Like, you have to understand, this is our team that we created. I can't just tell the players this is last. Say, you all talk about last year. Well, this is what we were doing. The same shit we did last year. Telling you, dog, these are influenceable kids that are going to say, oh, fuck. Get back to the dorm, Smitty. Shit, man, it's last year again, all over. You start to hear this fucking spiral effect. I'm telling you, it's very hard to get back from under that shit. So you got to start fresh from the staff room to the field. It's got to be fresh thoughts, fresh ideas, fresh verbiage. This is what you do, though, Smitty. Coaching 101. You know why Johnny ain't here? Because he did that shit last year. That's how you do it. You flip it.
That way.
Mind roll. Damn, Johnny ain't here. Coach cut his ass because he did that shit you just did last year.
Right.
That's coaching 101, Travis, fuckboy. So anyway, you imagine like McAfee and him just calling up like that. That's what I wish they did. Like shit, they used to be more like that when I was on the show, because I used to call him out on his show. I'd call out the stat. I would call out the people on his show when I used to be on it every Friday.
Live, yeah.
I'd be calling out the motherfuckers in the chat, and they would just, Pat would be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, fuck you, troll ass fucking Johnny.
And that was younger JB, so you probably was saying some wild shit at that point.
I was. That's what they said. Probably why I'm not on there no more.
That's why that's why he ain't got you on there no more. JB, you be missing out on the bags, JB, on the money.
I got paid. He paid me well.
But I'm saying it could have kept. That's past tense. Could have kept going.
Yeah, but I'll never sell out for $1.
You think you got to sell out though?
Well,
Define what selling out is to you.
If I'm gonna be PC or something that you can't, if you want me to be different, then it is selling out.
Really? So you could never be like an actor in a movie.
Acting's different.
That's what this is, though. This is entertainment.
It's not acting, though.
But you don't think that
if you paid me money to be an actor, I am going to act.
You don't think big talking heads though don't embellish what they say, how they say stuff, just to add a little bit more?
This show is a real show. It's a live show. It's not a scripted.
Of course, but I'm saying you don't think Stephen A. you think Stephen A. walks around just yelling all day. You think Whitlock? I've hang with Whitlock one-on-one out to eat. He chill. He ain't. You know what I mean? He ain't talking about all that shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying he is, but I'm not. What different am I off the show and I am on the show?
You're the same. Like you're not a different person, but I'll say you're even less PC off camera. Is that fair?
So yeah, exactly. So I'm actually changing a little for you,
right? So that's okay, and so that's okay. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm not. But I'm not. There's the thing though. This is not we're not acting though.
Right. I feel acting's the bad term. You guys know what I'm like embellishing.
But I would. We call simulate. I would assimilate if somebody paid me to be an actor. Let's say they want me to play Michael Rappaport, because back in the day we'd always talk. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna get Michael Rappaport to play JB in a movie, and JB, you're gonna play Michael Rappaport in a movie." Okay, because they thought we were both kind of similar. We white boys from the so all that bullshit. Well, if you paid me to act as someone, then that's what you're paying me as. It's a movie though. It's not a live show. It's not a real show. It's not an end time show. That's totally different to me. Like you paid me to, I don't know, like be the CEO of something for 1 year. I'm going to do it because you're paying me to do it.
Right. And when you came to Fox that one day, you didn't say you didn't say no curse words, nothing.
Yeah, I know how to simulate. I know how to. I know how to play. See, that's what people don't get though. People don't understand, dog. There's protocols to this that I understand. If I were to take a job at Alabama tomorrow, you wouldn't hear a peep from me.
Right. So is that not being real, or is that just?
I understand protocol.
Right. So going back to the beginning,
my lane. That's my lane. That's what people don't get. People don't understand their lanes. See, a lot of these cats that are talking in this chat never coached, never played, nothing. They all talk all this shit, like that Wooski Canadian fuck who disappeared, by the way. They never did any, so they just talk it. Well, I'm telling you from a point that, from both perspectives, that actually got their feet wet, hands dirty, hands-on experience, and that's what people don't grasp. I don't understand it.
Chris,
I want to show you
Chris,
this.
Is this a message to me, Chris, or I just want a little clarity? Thank you. Continue, JB. You want to show me?
Bailey's gonna get something in real quick. I want to show this. I haven't seen. Let's see.
Everyone be patient, man. What's going on, chat? While we're waiting for this segment to come up, man, what's going on? Smitty, would you sell out, Smitty? You ain't got to ask me no question like that, D-John. You know where I'm from, bro. Come on. I thought he was better than that, D-John. Oh, shoot. And that was for $20 in a damn Snickers bar, and he was that hype. That's crazy. Yeah, he did it. Damn. I just hope we don't actually. I don't want him to get in trouble though. He's the face of baseball.
We got to spec. We're gonna bring on Steve Kim.
Let's do it.
Quick. Steve Kim's making the time for us on a Wednesday, and then obviously our Wednesday live Major League Baseball guest Keenan Middleton just hit me up. He's gonna come in as well. And Steve will like him anyway. So we have to work around Keenan because he's live with the Cardinals and getting ready for an opening day. Steve, what up?
What's going on,
What's up,
Steve?
guys? Morning.
Hey, Steve, before Keenan jumps in so he doesn't get sued by Major League Baseball, have you seen Ohtani's
まず
latest?
はじめに、僕自身は、何かにかけたりとか、誰かに代わって、そのスポーツイベントにかけたりとか、それをまた頼んだり、っていうことはないですし、僕の口座からブックメーカーに対して、誰かに送金を依頼したことももちろん全く、ありません。
So I never bet on baseball.
That motherfucker said -4 UNC, Alabama.
He's got 3 live brackets, but he has to be the happiest man about this Diddy raid. I mean, that thing happened on the same day as his press conference. And I'm thinking, man, the timing couldn't be. That guy must have been doing sake shots in celebration. I was like, what? I mean, he's right in the middle of his press conference. And the next thing you know, it's like that's the big story in LA. Ohtani. He's got the parlays. He's playing pachinko. He's playing Pai Gow. The next thing you know, Diddy's rated. And he's like, bonsai. All right.
Hey,
Hold on. This dude says sake shots.
He said bonsai.
And keep playing with Ohtani, Steve. So we're gonna stay away from the Ohtani stuff.
Oh man, I had more material too. Shit, this is terrible.
Yeah, I'm in a bad spot with that one. Ipe and Shohei, both my homies, so I'm in a bad spot.
That's his guy, Steve. That's his guy, Steve.
I mean, the coral must have been flying. Could you imagine? He'd be like, oh, Diddy, not good. It make me rough.
JB,
oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it's like Long Duck Dong. I drink to that. Well, Revenge of the Nerd, same actor. But I'm just saying.
Steve said he called the feds on Diddy to get it off of him.
I mean, the timing could not have been better. Could you imagine? This is the biggest story in the sports, right? Then all of a sudden, they're like, something happened. What happened? Diddy. What about him? He got raided. I mean,
not only that, Steve, a bridge fell.
Well, that's tragic. That's tragic. That's a little bit different. I don't got tips for that. But I just like, man. Anyway,
I appreciate you joining us. I know you. I won't take too much of your time. I know you're running around pitching. Are you back on the roster?
No, I'm back home right now throwing. I'm about to head out to St. Louis so I can continue my throwing out there. Meet the team back home when they come out.
Are you in LA yet?
They played in Arizona the last couple of days. They got to LA last night. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're Dodgers tomorrow, opening day.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's an optional workout where guys they want to go throw can go throw, but if not, it's just be a down day and get ready for the season.
All right, I got to ask you about this. I don't know if Steve knows it, but I've been seeing a viral video going out like as you guys are like trying to pick off a second base, a guy still in second. What's the rule that you guys put in here? Like, I guess they're showing guys getting tagged out, but now he's safe. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's because the guy who is receiving the ball is blocking the bag, and that used to not be a rule. They used to have used to be able to get in there as long as you beat the ball there, but now you have to be completely out of the way. You kind of have to be behind the bag or out of the baseline, basically. But they're saying that he's in the baseline, in the way of the runner. They changed the running lane this year too to be a little bit wider as well. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the position players don't end up getting hurt.
So you gotta grab the ball. So hold on. So he would have to take the ground ball, move out the lane, come back, then tackle.
Yeah, or basically stay out of the way until the runner slides in. Then he can. But he's like, as you see right there, he's already in front.
There's no way for him to. That's crazy.
He'd have to be all the way on the third side of the bat, third base side of the bat. It's just another way.
So you know who Keenan Middleton is? He's old school, old soul like us. He's played with the Yankees last year, Angels. Now he's with the Cardinals. And Keenan's old school like us.
JUCO product.
Steve, you can be yourself. Steve, basically Keenan saying all sports is turning soft.
Let me just say something. Back in my day, you know what you do?
The hip tackle's crazy.
Well, look, me and Whitlock did a video on that, the hip tackle, but I played baseball a little bit, and that's what I played basically all my young life. But if someone blocked the bag, you know what Ty Cobb would do? He'd just spike you in the neck.
Get lit up, right?
That was baseball. That was old school. But this goes back to that giant catch who got injured, I think Buster Posey. And I don't know. There used to be a time in baseball they had the neighborhood play. I don't know if that still exists, but a lot of times in a double play, the shortstop or second baseman, if they were near the base and they ended up touching it even before they got the ball off the pivot to first, they'd give you the thing. I don't know what. I don't think this rule was needed. I didn't hear of that many guys getting hurt on the base pass.
Yeah,
Was that happening?
I don't think so. I really what I think is they want more action on the bases, and I think that's another way for these guys.
Then you know what you do? Get rid of the analytic nerds that have never played the game.
Oh man, who you
It's really
telling?
that simple.
Don't get me started and do it.
I'm glad you mentioned this. So you're against the hip tackle because I know you would be anyway. Old school.
That's crazy.
What's going on? What's your take on these NFL rules? Kickoff and the tackle.
The kickoff, I don't know. I'm not too mad about the kickoff, but the tackle is crazy. I'm like, the game happens so fast. Like, I don't think anybody ever wants to slide down somebody's hip and try to bring him to the ground. Everybody's trying to light somebody up. It just happens, you know? So if that just happens, how is that going? 15 yards seems pretty fucking dramatic and drastic to me.
Is that as drastic as just to put it in perspective, is it similar to like, would it be so adjusting to the pitch count as a pitcher, you're on the mound, or as the bigger base that you guys adapted to last year? Is there rules like that come into play that you're like, fuck, I don't want to adapt to this pitch count or this bigger base, or it's making it harder on you, right? You're almost a defender now in this case, right?
Right. I think for me, when I'm looking at those ones, those are easy to control. Like I said, they give me a little pitch thing. I get to call my own pitches, so the clock's never a factor for me. All these other rules, the bases being bigger, all the other shit, I could care less about that. But if I'm trying to tackle somebody, if I'm getting downhill and I'm trying to tackle somebody and they make a good move, but I still get hands on them, I slide down their hips, now it's a flag. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
Hey, Steve, I don't know if you knew this, but Keenan, explain to Steve real quick so he knows if he watches baseball this year. So you got to deal like the quarterback from the coach in your head, right?
Mm-hmm. It's in our hat. We got one in our hat. The catcher has one in his, center fielder, and I believe the shortstop.
And who's talking?
It's an automated voice. It's like the catcher has a transmitter on his leg guard, and I have one on my glove. It's a choice for the pitcher to have one. A lot of pitchers don't like calling their own pitches. They like getting it from the catcher. But I like calling my own shit, not only because I know what I want to throw, but also because there's the pitch clock. So if I'm sitting there shaking my head for half the pitch clock, then I only got 5 seconds to get set and make a pitch. So I'd rather just hit the button, be like, if he wants to override me and say something else, I'm not gonna argue with him. He's the catcher. He's been back there for 9 innings at this point. I'm not gonna shake my head at that. But I know what I want to throw. He knows what I should throw. I mean, that just takes it out of it. I like it, but I don't know how everybody else feels about it. I use it in my advantage though.
Interesting, huh, Steve?
Look, all you need is a good catcher. I mean, could you imagine telling Thurman Thomas, hey, we're going to call your Thurman Munson. Thurman Munson would say, yeah, coach, I'm going to call an STFU. Let me call my game here. Old school catching. That's what
like all the rules are changed across all the major leagues, though, to benefit offense or scoring, or you know what I'm saying? Like every whether it's baseball, NBA, NFL, they're trying to create more action. And for the casual fan, I get it. More scoring, more points, all that is exciting. But for the actual base, I think the base for any of these actual major league sports, you appreciate some of the lower scoring games or the good defensive games or the good, you know what I'm saying? But I just think right now all the leagues are not caring about the base. That's why the base is going to stay there, and they're trying to appease to all the outside fans who don't really understand the sports fully, in my opinion.
Yeah, but Darnell, the people running the game, it's not the players. When I grew up, there were guys like Ricky Henderson and Tim Raines. They would routinely steal 100 bases. There were teams like the St. Louis Cardinals when they played at Busch Stadium. They would hit less than 75 home runs a year and drive people nuts. It's not the players. It's the management. These guys that have never played, they don't understand the human element of the game. And they go on these hard, strict pitch counts, which I believe actually weakens a pitcher's mindset. They've never gotten out of trouble. They don't know how to work through tough innings. And I'm reading a book right now on Fernando Valenzuela. Now, you can make an argument that Tommy Lasorda overused him. But you know what? Some of the greatest moments that I've seen in baseball, like the game 3 that Fernando pitched in the World Series, he threw like 150 pitches. But you know what? He had to ride his horse. You do that today, that manager would get called in and he'd probably get fired if he did that again. That's the truth.
Yeah, it's absolute truth. Nowadays, between the analytics and, I don't know, just everything that everybody believes, they don't want a starter facing the order the third time through. So if I have a long first or second inning, if you're the bullpen, you're out there knowing like, oh shit, we're about to be in there in the 5th this game instead of him going 7 and getting through that order that third time. So it's just like, it depends who it is too. If it's Garrett Cole, we're gonna let it ride. You know what I'm saying? If it's somebody we know is a guy, we're gonna let him take the ball, and it's gonna be his game to win or lose. But if it's somebody else, we're not letting them get to that third point in the order, the third time around,
when
and
you
we're
have
getting
guys
the bullpen there.
being taken out in the middle of a no-hitter, I'd never go to another game. I'd be like, okay, we're good. We'll put this in your Roth IRA or something. I wouldn't, because that's the thrill of going to a game in a regular season, especially baseball, is the biggest grind in all of sports. I remember I played in a tournament in high school during one of our holiday weeks. We had to play like 5 games in a week. And I said, these major leaguers actually don't have fun. It's a grind. It's a job. I had a whole new respect for these guys that actually got drafted and had to do this at any level. It's still the toughest thing to do is to hit a baseball. Don't care what anyone says. But when you're taking out the fun for the fan, where it's like, okay, you've gone 7 2/3 innings, but your batting average against that guy, he hits 380 against you. We're going to take you out in the middle of a no-hitter? Really? It's ridiculous. To me, you're taking out the human element, and baseball is not, or no sports is played on a spreadsheet. It is played on a turf with human beings. And if you take out that element, you're going to take out a lot of the fun of it.
Absolutely. Hey, Key, as you're getting ready, I know when are you officially back on the rotation?
I have a bullpen the first week of April. Hopefully everything goes good after that, and then we'll set a schedule as far as when I'll be back in games. But should be here in the next few weeks, next couple.
How's the arm feeling? You good?
I feel pretty good. Yeah, I threw today. I've been throwing the last week. I feel pretty good. Yeah, I haven't got off the mound yet though.
Is there like a excitement? Like, is this like your opening kickoff back in the day? Is this the Major League opening days? It's tomorrow, I believe, for everybody. Is it
absolutely?
Is it
first day of school?
Go time, huh?
He said first day of school.
It's like your first day of school, man. That's how it is. I'm like, you basically there for as long as they're in school too.
Shit. And you guys get to open up in Chavez Ravine here in LA. I gotta try to still go. I might have to hit you up if you get. Maybe
I can make that happen. Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, I might have to go. I gotta get. By the way, Steve Kim is 6'3". We call him the Korean around here. I don't know if you knew that.
Steve Ming.
Yeah, he's a Miami Hurricane. Legend. I know you've probably seen Steve before on other shows, but he does a hell of a job.
I have a question.
Yep.
How would you feel? And see, I'm a traditionalist. I think opening day should be opening day. If I'm the Dodgers and you're making me go to Korea, and I'm Korean, so it's not, I'd be like, excuse me, hold on. I already got to be on a 6-month grind. We travel every other week. I gotta rewear my underwear like every other day by the fourth city.
Inside out.
And before we go to an opening day, you want me to go to Korea, go through the jet lag, and then we're doing opening. See, I hate this. This is not a popular thing. But when the NFL makes you go play in Amsterdam in the middle of the year, I'd be like, hell no. Right. Football's already like, I'm about the performance of the 162 games. I want to win for myself, my teammates, and my city. But this bullshit they put you guys through, and all you guys have to say, man, it's just an honor being here. And in my mind, I'm like, this is tough.
It's money, Steve. You know the game, Steve.
But for who though? The players don't get. Do the players really get anything? Is your per diem anymore?
Contracts is pretty damn good on the baseball side. Fucking Steve. So all I'm saying is, I hear what you're saying. It's probably not ideal, but if I'm paying this motherfucker 50 million, 100 million a year, you gonna play in Korea, Mobile, or Shafia?
Okay, but Darnell, if I'm an owner, let's say, I wouldn't be like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones wants his team to do all these special things and tours on the facility, or we're gonna play in this special game. I'd be like, no, that gets in the way of my Lombardi trophy. You think Jimmy Johnson would have ever allowed that? Jimmy would have said, no, we like structure. Our training camp is here. We play games here. We never travel outside the country. And we're going to take off at this time or we're going to leave. As a player, I think what we're doing to them at times is unfair. It's already a grind. Now, you know me, I hate that player empowerment stuff where the guys are sitting out just to sit out. Right. But I want to create an atmosphere like, guys, we have 162 games. If we have the horses to go all the way to deep into October, I don't ever want you to be impacted by some trip we took in April just so we can see another part of the country. My view is you guys have a 4-month off season. You spend your own money to get your vacation and sightsee. I'm not into that shit. Seriously. But I'm an asshole. Whatever.
Hey, Key, Where you at with this this whole? So we know the betting thing. We're not even talking baseball, but it's happening in basketball too. Porter's brother got cracked. Guy from your neck of the woods up north.
I saw that.
Porter,
Yeah.
Like Major League Sports has an issue. Major League Sports, like NBA, football, everything's starting to. They're throwing. Is it hard? And you don't have to get into it, but is it hard to see the DraftKings, the FanDuel, this shit just being shoved down your throat, and then people not being like, "Hey, man, this dude Johnny just made $100K off my name, pitching a 2-inning stretch with giving up no runs. Why can't I get some money out of this? Is that a thing? Is that a real thing?"
No, I mean, for as long as I've been in the league, they have a meeting with you every spring. It goes over everything you can and cannot do as far as betting. And one of those things that they say is like you cannot bet in any way, shape, or form on your sport, your games, but also from illegal bookmakers. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of this whole situation we got going on right now too. Is the way who they went through to do it. It wasn't DraftKings. It wasn't FanDuel. Somebody.
I'm just telling you. I think, and I've said this on the show before. If you're an athlete, you shouldn't gamble at all during your playing career. There is no good that could come out of it. I don't care about encryption. I don't care about your Uncle Ray that could put in your bets for you or your cousin Pookie. It always comes back to you. Whether you win or lose, the implication is always on the athlete, and there's clear rules. And the other thing is, even though betting, this is the catch-22 of the modern gambling apps. They make it very easy, but here's the problem: they leave a trail. They leave a digital trail. And as soon as you punch in your first bet, no matter what password you use, no matter what name you use, they could trace it eventually.
Yeah.
The way Pete Rose did it was actually probably a little bit safer, even though someone turned state's evidence against him. Right. But just giving a guy a betting slip, hey, $15 on St. Louis and Philly, at least it doesn't leave a digital trail. But I think all athletes need to realize one thing: only bad can come out of this, even when you win.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. I know for playing guys that are playing, it's got to be hard. But
absolutely,
Key, man, I appreciate you jumping on. I know you were last minute running around. You off the rest of the day, or are you still working?
Yeah, I'm off the rest of the day. I'm about to go watch some of the minor leaguers and stuff. I have a couple of homies that I met in big league camp that are over there. I'm gonna go watch them throw. So
final cuts have been done, right?
Yeah.
So you're down to your roster, and then okay, got you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm excited, man, to see you. Hopefully, you're back next week or 2 weeks, and then
yes, sir.
We'll hook up. I'll hit you up though later. I'm trying to see if I can maybe go out there. We'll see.
Absolutely, yeah. Hit me.
All right, Key. I appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Thanks for my guy.
Yeah, Key. Nice meeting you.
Now, Steve, I got to ask you this real quick. What's the Korean culture's equivalent to Pookie and Ray Ray? Like, what's some examples in your culture? To
I
like
don't
Pookie
really know, but everyone has those relatives that don't do as well and stuff like that.
What would Steve's relatives be?
That's what I'm asking. Like, I literally don't know. I didn't know if there's like a slang nickname in Korean. Like
I only know Pookie and Ray Ray, to be honest with you. It's so common. It's pretty ubiquitous. Huh?
Even in Korean?
Yeah, no, not really. But I mean, when you talk about athletes who always run in trouble, well, some family members got him in trouble. Yeah, Ray and Pookie, you know.
Racist. All right. Hey, Steve, I was on Whitlock yesterday, but it didn't air. They aired.
No, they did a special segment. It just got cut up. If you go to Whitlock's channel, it just came out 30 minutes ago.
What, our show yesterday?
Yeah, the segment that you did. Sometimes he cuts them up into segments. Like my segment on the hip drop tackle.
You didn't do that well on the show. Whitlock actually texted me separately yesterday, so that's why he kept your segment off the show.
He said it was the most watched show of his era.
Of his era. What the fuck is Whitlock's era?
Like the MASH finale.
Right.
Monster Nielsen ratings. You know?
Hey, Steve, you know that Smitty does not have a clue. I bet you right now, if you asked him if he knew what White Shadow was, he had no clue.
Oh, my God. You know, White Shadow only ran from 79 to 81. It only had like 3 seasons. What a damn shame.
And if I look back at it right now, I think it was on forever.
Well, the reruns used to be on Channel 9 out here. You know, people have said, should the White Shadow should they redo it? I say no. And I'll tell you why. First of all, nobody could beat Coach Ken Reeves. He was an unbelievable actor. And by the way, that guy actually could play basketball. That's the thing. The actor that played him was he could actually ball and he could actually fight. And I heard he had an amateur boxing career because they had this one episode where Salami was doing smokers, and so he ends up training Salami. And there's a scene in the gym where he's hitting a heavy bag, and I'm like, that guy had to have boxed. I could just tell. And the other thing is, here's the problem with the modern day reboot of White Shadow. They would have a gay character, a transgender character, and they still wouldn't have an Asian. And I'd be like, what? Give me a damn break.
Hey, they probably have a woman as the head coach.
Oh, God, yeah. And at that point, it'd be off my series recording. I'd be like,
hey, Steve,
that's all Steve needs to hear.
Hey, Smitty, I got a special guest for Steve, and it's a shocker. And I want Steve to introduce this person when he comes in the show, because Steve can do it better than I can. But I wanted to get this guy on and sneak up on Steve. And Bailey, bring him in. My main man, Henry Ramirez.
Oh, my God. Riverside. Hey, I want to tell people, this is one of the greatest trainers in the Imperial Valley. I think he's about the 14th best trainer in Riverside. You know, the running partner and the mate and the drinking buddy of Chris Arreola, who has a hot young prospect who's going to be signing somewhere. Henry, well, welcome.
What's good, guys? How are you?
Hey, Henry, you on your phone?
I'm on my phone, yeah.
Hey, turn it sideways for us. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, Henry. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Henry's like me, Smitty. He took him like 45 minutes to figure out how to log in. Yeah, Hey, so Steve, introduce Henry. Henry is a well-known boxing trainer, local Southern California, has a lot of prospects, have been in many fights. Introduce him.
Yeah, Henry Ramirez, best known for Chris Arreola, and had a few other good fighters. And he has a hot young 5-star blue chip parade All-American that many people are excited about. And I'm sure Henry will be making an announcement soon. Henry, when are you going to make that decision with this young fighter of yours, by the way?
His name is Pal Barreto. He's a Filipino-American blue chip prospect. Multi-time national champion with a patient pro style. We're actually in the process of it now. You know what I mean? I'm talking to a few people, and we'll kind of see what direction we're headed. But, you know, I have a real strong indicator of where I want to take them.
That's good.
Steve,
Who's fighting this in Arizona, Steve?
All right, well, I'm going out there later today. It's going to be Oscar Valdez against Liam Wilson. That could be a slugfest. And the undisputed strawweight championship between the two ladies, Sanicia Estrada and who is she? Oh, my God, I should be ashamed. I forgot her name. But it's the best-looking female fight of all time. No doubt about
Estrada,
it.
And is it Udica?
Oh, Yocasta Valle out of Costa Rica. Very nice lady. And then also they've got a very good prospect that I know Henry's familiar with because he works out with Robert Garcia, Raymond Murataya. This guy can be a lightweight belt holder, one of the cleanest punchers in all of boxing. Emiliano Vargas, the son of Fernando Vargas, is actually on that card. He's a hot young prospect. And then I will be coming back on Saturday morning, and I'll be at the YouTube Theater, which is right adjacent to SoFi Theater, as Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez takes on who is it? Arsen Gulamarian for the cruiserweight title. And there's a hot young prospect on that card. That's the real reason I'm going. His name is Joel Irarte out of Bakersfield. I think this kid could be a multi-division world champion. And also, for those of you with Prime Video that want to fork out $80, decent card put together by the PPC featuring Tim Tszyu, not against Sean King's favorite guy, but against Sebastian Fundura in the main event.
Is that this weekend?
That is all Friday. The Friday show in Arizona that I'm going to is ESPN Plus. So get the app. The Golden Boy card that I'm going to is on The Zone. The PBC show is on Prime Video or Amazon Prime Video pay-per-view.
You know, YouTube Theater is in walking distance from me, Steve. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you're going, I'm going. Let me know.
Let's communicate. Okay, make something happen.
Hey, Henry, you posted a video a while back that went viral. We're going to show it here real quick, though, Bailey, so we don't get YouTube to delete us and shit because, you know, Henry and I both think alike, and they'll fucking delete us. Henry, you posted a video of some two youngsters fighting, two youngsters scrapping. That is what they did. You said this is how you teach youngsters to fight and get after it. Tell us about the straight up hate you took for that post right there first.
You know, it was funny because those are excuse me, those are two 10 and 11-year-old kids. They had just concluded sparring, and you know,
I think he either got a call or dropped. There you go.
Oh, Henry,
sorry
go ahead,
guys, the
Henry.
call came in.
Yeah.
Anyways, both of them had blood on their nose, and I got a little clip of it, telling them, "Good job, good sparring." It was nothing major, man. Little bloody nose, and people all of a sudden, I think it had like 5 million views, and people were basically accusing us of child abuse, giving kids CTE, tagging the Riverside PD, CPS. I mean, you name it. People
The
were going
the police
to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know, I would respond, well, there's nothing anybody can do. I'm not breaking any law. It's not like the kid was staggered and we didn't render any aid. No, it was nothing to that effect. But it was funny that people who know boxing, nobody complained. People who, you know, this soft generation, there was a lot of backlash, but I really didn't care.
I retweeted it and I quoted it, obviously, and I said, training boys to be men, love it. Oh, fuck. This cancel culture came after both of us. It probably helped retweet his post. So you probably got more hate for it from my fucking end. So it is what it is. It's crazy. Like if anybody posted those back in the day, Henry, Steve, wouldn't
I can't hear you guys.
Wouldn't all the kids be buddied up?
Well, hold on. Henry's having some issues, but Coach, I do know this. In a gym, when specifically as it relates to kids, but really anybody, there are gym rules. You have to supervise that sparring. Even at Wild Card, if two older gentlemen want to spar, it has to be supervised because there are liability issues, insurance issues, and you don't want to get anyone banged up. But here's the thing about the bloody nose. You could bang your nose into a mirror or bump into a wall and bloody your nose. That doesn't mean you're getting beat up. I think the blood really threw a lot of people off. But to be honest with you, Darnell and Coach, I've seen thousands of rounds of sparring. I rarely see that many gym wars. I really don't, especially amongst experienced pros. They know how to pull their punches. They know how to work. It's really the inexperienced younger adults that get in there for the first time. They don't have really a great control of how to control what they throw, how they throw it, and how to work. That's where the worst. But when you have like good experienced amateurs, even as kids, even though as kids they get a little excited. But again, generally, if the things are supervised and you have responsible adults, these things don't get out of hand from what I have witnessed.
Can't hear it.
Henry, you hear us?
I don't think Henry can hear us. It's happened to me before. He might have to jump out and jump back on because it's happened to me before too. I've used my phone.
Henry, jump back on and off.
Send him a message.
Yeah. Let me message him.
Yeah, send him a message. But nah, that's real. I think, yeah, like to Steve's point, yeah, seeing blood always like just throws people off, and it makes them feel like it's a more of a brutal fight than maybe it actually is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Henry, can you hear us? Oh yeah, Henry's having issues.
Shut it off and come back in, and it will be good. Steve, let me ask you what I was going to ask Henry. You know, it goes back to my point. People want to eat the sausage. They don't want to see how it's made, right? Is this an example of that? Like back in the day, you just didn't see this, but I'm sure Mike Tyson and everyone else that's ever boxed as a youngster, how would they become a professional boxer if they did not start at this age?
Look, I would be wary of letting toddlers in a certain age spar. But if once they're above the age of 10, you got to be, look, you have to understand this is what they're getting into. This is what they want to do. They chose to do this, as Rudy Hernandez says. They are fighters. They're not humans at that point.
Right.
And you have to be able to let them do what they do, but also supervise it, control it, make sure it's not a mismatch. You also have to pair the sparring off really well. You don't want to create mismatches. So guys can defend themselves, and it's mutually beneficial inside that ring. But I think it's really the blood. If there was no blood, no one would make a difference. And they're making it sound like it was a gruesome bloodbath in there. Look, blood's going to happen in boxing. If it was from a bloody nose can happen a lot more frequently. Now, if it was a cut, you would stop that immediately because you could have scar tissue. You got to get that healed up. You got to actually get a cut man onto that. But, you know, it is a commentary on the current generation, or also maybe society and culture as a whole, how they reacted to it. Now, these are two kids that want to do this. Now, if you threw them in there like a cockfight, say, hey, you're fighting for a lunch, that's a whole different thing. But again, this is amateur and pro boxing.
Hey, Henry, I asked Steve, I told him, this is the video you posted was just another basically saying we want to eat the sausage, we don't want to see how it's made scenario. All boxers, and I know Steve just mentioned, be careful at what age, but all boxers have to start early to become a professional, right?
No, of course. I mean, you know, it's not all. There are some who can overcome a late start, but generally kids that make it big, they've been ones who have started at 6, 7, 8 years old, you know, most of the time.
Because you got to build up callus, right? You got to learn how to get punched. You got to learn how to fight back. You got to learn how to get knocked down, get up, right? It's just like golfing. Tiger Woods didn't start at 20.
Absolutely. You know, you gotta not only that, you gotta overcome the nerves, the stage fright. A lot of people don't get that. So when you get a kid who has been in the ring, you know, since 8, 9, 10, when he's 15, 16, he doesn't have that. Whereas a kid who's 15, who's just starting, they overanalyze, overthink a little bit. They're very nervous, you know.
I got both of you on here. I got to ask, there's something going on here in California and with our great governor Newsom, obviously. That's a joke. But this guy tried to ban youth football, Pop Warner tackle football. He got a call from a certain person, I believe, and he vetoed the bill about 3 months ago. We fought for it on this show with two of the main people spearheading it. We got it out there. They vetoed it. It went away. Well, this guy McCarthy has now brought it back up. And ironically, that happens. And then the P. Diddy thing, and the bridge collapses, and all this shit is going on crazy. Conspiracy theorists can say all they want. But now they're bringing it back up. Is there a point in time that youth boxing or boxing will be in this same boat that youth football is now having to tackle, no pun intended, in our state of California? Because they're trying to ban it again right now. They just put it back on the bill.
Really?
And they're trying to get rid of yeah, man, it's fucking unbelievable. They're trying to get rid of youth football. Is there a sport, or do you hear the rumblings, or is there ever an issue? I'm trying to figure out why MMA, kickboxing, karate, all this shit is okay, but tackle football is all of a sudden the devil. I'm trying to figure out why. What's the difference?
So, Coach JB, the amateur boxing is overseen by a national governing body, USA Boxing, which oversees all amateur boxing in the United States. And obviously they have heads for every region, Southern California, you know, throughout the country. So I don't know if there's a national governing body that oversees youth football. You know, there's separate leagues.
Yeah, there is. And they're connected to the NFL now.
Right. So I don't know. That's a good question. I hope not. I hope not, because, you know, there's so much positive that comes out of
sports,
youth boxing, sports in general.
Yeah.
You know, we have a kid who recently came to our gym, and it's not that he wants to fight, but the kid's being bullied. He's being bullied really bad at school. And he's been with us a month, and the dad tells me, man, what a difference this is made for my son. He's not so quiet. He's not so sheltered. He's a little more outgoing. He's a little more interactive with the kids at the gym. So it's helping him in school and just his regular life. You know, he's only 10 years old.
And they're probably that positive energy actually reflects off of him, and those kids probably know, oh shit, this motherfucker might be different now.
Right.
That confidence shows. Sport.
Man,
I always say, sports taught me so much.
Hey, Steve, I got to ask you both the conspiracy theory. The hip drop tackle in the NFL was taken out. All right. You show a bloody face of a couple kids, they're trying to cancel you. And then we take away, we change the kickoff rule, and this is what the conspiracy I have is. The drop hip tackle and the kickoff changed 2 days ago. It legitimately went into play. That's what's going to be this year in football in the NFL. The California bill got put back on legislation 2 days ago to cancel youth football. And it's ironic that it happened in the same day, and they're directly tied to the NFL. The youth football, tackle football, California, all tackled to, we could put rainbows and shit in the end zone, but we can't tackle. So anyway, that is what I think is happening. I swear to God, I think something's going on with the timing of this. And it's crazy we're bringing it back up.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the whole youth. If there's one thing that's going to unify people on both sides of the political aisle, whether it's Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, people like football. I think enough people on both sides play it. They care about it. They understand youth sports. You can put some restrictions on, can you back up tackle football a year or two? That stuff's probably something you can discuss. But to ban youth football across the board, I just think that's a pipe dream to me.
I hope so. I appreciate you both coming on, man. Before you leave, Caleb Williams signed a new shoe contract in the NFL and a cleat deal. This is a new Reebok cleat. Caleb Williams will be rocking. He'll be rocking this game 1 for the Bears, I guess. I don't know.
He's a walking red flag. I've said that even before all of this. People could say that stuff doesn't matter. It matters. It doesn't matter till it matters. And you're going to bring him in and say you're going to be a leader of men, because that's what quarterbacking is to a large degree. It's not just about throwing the ball, calling the plays. You have to run a huddle. You have to lead men. I don't see a guy, and by the way, his game may not translate, okay? So I don't know. I think, to me, if I'm Chicago and it looks like they're married to him already, good luck with that. That's all I can say is good luck. He wouldn't be my quarterback 1. He wouldn't be my number 1 draft choice either.
Man, Holes, the GM, Smitty, Steve came out and said he thinks that Caleb was loved by his USC teammates. Well, of course you're saying that. You've already got rid of Justin Fields. You have no choice but to say that. You're already made your bed.
You know what I'm hoping? I hope one day a general manager gets interviewed, like during the NFL meetings after like they all hit the bar and they're all drunk. And someone comes up to Ryan Poles after happy hour. What do you think about a Caleb Williams? Ugh, kid's a fruitcake. That would be the funniest.
It will happen. Hey, Henry, before you get out of here, what big fights are you looking forward to or that you're involved in?
I was just about to ask that question next.
So Steve was talking about, I have a fight March 30th there at the
YouTube Theater.
But from there, Steve, I got to leave the Campo Novo show. There's another event in Long Beach. So I have one guy fighting the 30th in YouTube, 2 guys fighting in Long Beach, and then I have one April 4th in Fantasy Springs. So it'll be pretty busy next week.
So you literally are going to be fighting on the early portion of the undercard, and you got to jet over to Long Beach, right? That's the life.
Yep.
That is the life.
It's about the same day.
Same day, baby. Yeah, we hustling. Yeah.
That is the life of a trainer. And by the way, I want to bring this up. Errol Spence and Derek James look like they're in Splitsville over money, because it's always about the money. And I want to say this, and me and Henry have talked about this. The trainers are the best people in the game. Don't let anyone fool you. The fighters are not the ones who get ripped off most consistently. It is the trainer. And these are the guys that put in hours and hours of work. And when the real money comes, the same percentage that they were getting, it becomes, well, we're going to put you on a flat fee. And I'm sick and tired of fighters. And again, I don't know the agreement between Errol and Derek, so I don't want to speak on that specifically. But I've had too many people say, well, why should this guy get 10% of a $5 million payday? That's $500,000. And I said, you're right. But I have a question. If he started out with that kid at age 12, went all the way through the process with them, so in his first 4-round fight, if this kid gets $1,000, so the trainer gets 100, but you put in 6 days of work, 3-4 hours a day for 2 months. How much did he get per hour for that $100?
You know, Steve, the hit on that when Areola was making big money, man. You know, we had other guys in our camp, and some I won't name, who were starting out making 7,000, 8,000. I was telling them, go ahead, keep your money, man. Don't worry about it. You know, down the line. I was playing the good guy.
Do that.
You know?
Hey, what do you think before you leave, Henry? What do you think about the Tyson thing? Would you still want to fight Tyson if you're one of these YouTube boxing guys, this Logan Paul guy?
Other
man,
Paul.
look, I get it's going to create conversation and people will tune in, but I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. You know, I'm a boxing purist. I'm involved in the sport. I make a living through it. I'm not knocking anybody who can make money doing it. I just choose not to tune in. But before
Henry, my view is this: as long as they let Mike Tyson punch like he wants to, and there's no headgear and it's 10-ounce gloves, I actually am. That would make me curious, Henry. I'm not going to lie.
What? Yeah, no, I'm curious. I might tune in. We'll see. But what I am more interested in is to see what the Rams are going to do with their first-round pick. Edge rusher, try to replace Aaron Donald with somebody up front. I'm a big football guy, Coach JB and Smitty. I'm a huge football guy. I follow it religiously. College recruiting, college, high school. I mean, I'm a football junkie as much as I am a boxing junkie.
Hey, Henry comes over to the house, football palooza during the season, so I know Henry is. Hey, I don't know if you were here when Eric Weddle was here, but I know you're an E-Dub fan. He's hyped on the Rams right now. He was showing me some text messages between him and Sean McVay the other day. They're talking a lot, and Sean's excited about the Rams, what's going on there. They got another couple. They added a good tight end.
Yep.
They've added some things. I think they're going to be good, man.
Stafford might have one more Super Bowl run in him.
I think they're going to be good.
They do.
I agree, Steve. One more run in him, and then he'll head off to the booth.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, be safe traveling Arizona.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. See you, Henry.
Later, Steve.
I see
All right,
y'all.
Henry, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Coach JB. Nice meeting you, Big
Nice to meet you, my guy. Clap it up for them. Clap it up.
Giving you some different guests on the realest show on planet Earth.
I appreciate that, JB. I'm a boxing guy. I like to learn and listen to guys who are actually out here doing it, man. So shout out to you for bringing them both
real
on.
boxing fans. Like, so I posted. One day he was here at the house. We were posting like a little bullshit video. Steve and I fucking around or whatever. And my boy is a boxing fan. I don't know if you met it. I don't think you met my boy Aaron. He's been here, but I think you weren't here. He was like, man, that's Henry. You got Henry Ramirez at your house? And I'm like, who? I didn't even know who Henry was.
Right.
And he was like, man, that's a big time boxing man. That motherfucker's a real deal trainer. Like, he's trained some big time boxers. And I'm like, really? I'm like, dog, you a trainer?
He's like, I didn't know who you was.
Yeah.
You fuck around have billionaires in your crib. You don't know who you with, who next to you.
That's how it is when I go to Pat's house. Like, I was supposed to be there right now. I'm supposed to be in Arizona at Pat's house this week, but shit got canceled because of my end. Fucking dog. I couldn't get a sitter. I couldn't get certain things. I was gonna take AE too.
I know you was. That's why you couldn't find your sitter, because AE was gonna go with you, and you only got one AE, of course, as you should. So that's why you weren't able to really find nobody else to, you know what I mean? So dang. Sorry about that, man. You know. What you looking at, JB?
I thought I heard something. Let's dive into
shout out real quick. Shout out to Steve though. Steve did say there's a women's fight going on. Estrada versus Vale. Look them up when you get a chance.
No interest.
He said he's two of the baddest women in boxing.
Yeah. No interest.
Nah, you see a picture, you could be interested.
Zero interest.
That's right up your alley too, JB.
Zero interest in watching two, especially bad women fight. No interest. Number one. Number two. Zero interest in watching the Roadhouse, the second Roadhouse. I don't want to see Roadhouse with fucking Jake Gyllenhaal or Hall.
Gyllenhaal, though, the ladies love him.
And I don't want to see him or Conor McGregor, who I think is a fucking absolute shitbird.
I used to love Conor, but I think he's on drugs right now, man. He's shaking and stuff, doing interviews, man. I hate to see Conor like that, man. I hope he gets.
I don't want to watch either one of them. You know what I think is a conspiracy? The weather. I'm committed to staying to this conspiracy.
Break it down. We got 15 more minutes left. Break it down.
It's almost April. California we haven't reached over like 70 degrees. It's already April. Usually it's already 85 degrees by now. If you just look, it's usually 80, 85 already. We've already should have had days, even some days 90s already. We haven't had the weather's been cold, rainy, but during the week, it's actually decent. It's kind of sunny. It's a little cloudy. Every weekend, over the last 3 weekends, plus the next 3 going forward, is supposed to rain every Saturday and Sunday. Only Monday through Friday is fine. Saturday, Sunday is an absolute. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Why are you fucking our weekends off?
Tell me why though. Like if you gonna say conspiracy theories, like it has to be a end goal. What's the reason that they're gonna mess your weekends up? They want us to stay home for some reason. They don't want us to go out.
Fucking Puffy did it.
Everything circled back to Puffy, man. I guess what it comes down to.
Puffy and Biden. Just blame any motherfucker. Hey, Puffy did that shit. Hey, Mason, Cameron and Mace started to use no Puffy or what are they saying?
No Diddy.
No Diddy is the new no pause or whatever.
Of course they did because they don't, Mace don't really rock with Diddy no more. So like, yeah, of course he gonna say that.
What's he got? I'm curious on what he's been. I'm wondering why he's so motherfucking quiet.
Is he quiet though?
Shit. What has he said? He was the first big Puffy signee, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Mace said some stuff back in the days too, though. Do your research. Why
not right now? Or is he not like on the train? Like, hey, dog, this motherfucker. This is what happened. Like, this should be the time. You got a show too that's getting big. You could blow your show up real like Shannon did.
Let me ask you this, JB. Is that still in this situation?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Is that still considered snitching in this situation, even though the allegations are like something like SAs? It's not like, he's selling drugs. It's like it's SA. So like, is it still considered snitching technically?
No, because it happened to you. And for whatever reason, he was quiet this long. I don't know why.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you thinking about it right now, though. See?
Well, no, I'm saying he has firsthand knowledge. It ain't snitching when it happened to you. Like, are you not gonna tell that your girl, wife, daughter got it touched up by some dude?
I ain't gonna tell. I'm doing
both. I'm doing both.
I'm a yell.
I'm doing both. But what I'm saying is, it ain't snitching if it happened to you, and for whatever reason you were scared to say it, but then finally, let's say it got out there. Now I'm on the bandwagon.
It's like fuck it, let's go in.
Because you got a show too. Fuck it, it's viral moments here now.
Yeah,
let's go. I'm viral.
Get this money. He might have been saying something. I ain't watched that show in a long time, so I don't know. I might have to tune in and see what he said.
Latrell posted on Instagram. He said, "These motherfuckers funny as fuck. Tune into the Coach AB show with the best football coaches ever, Coach AB and Darnell Smith. I don't even watch Undisputed or First Take no more."
Shout out to Latrell, man. We got about 10 minutes left, man. Do we want to have people video call in or what? I mean, what you trying to do, JB? Are you nervous? What you thinking, man? You look scared in your eye. Like, I can always tell the show where JB's a little nervous. Like he just has a different look.
Share this to my story.
Just press the arrow and press add to story, JB.
I won't share it in my story though.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, press add to story and then wait for a minute.
It don't even give me an option. It gives me threads, copy link. Usually it says share to my story, but this time it don't.
Yeah, you doing something wrong. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He must have it private or something. That's what happens when you don't have it. Like, yeah.
All right. You got the screenshot at the end and put it in your story that way. Shout out to Latrell showing love.
I'm not doing all that.
See, look, you know what I mean? Lazy. Don't want to put in the word. Don't put the effort in.
Way too much out my league.
look at Jazzy Jazz. JB showing his age. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that. I don't have time for it.
You ain't got
he has to tag. See, he didn't tag. I think it's like a screenshot of a tag. It's not the tag though, because I didn't get tagged. Because I can't even like it. Latrell, are you in this fucking chat? Slapdick? You didn't even fucking tag it the right way.
All he said is page private. That's why.
Is that Latrell now?
Yeah, he changed his picture. Talk that shit trail is his page.
Nah.
Yes, it is. Talk that shit trail.
Oh, that's That's kind of gay.
and that is okay. Latrell
got a little funny style page now. Latrell, my dude. Love for Trail. Love Latrell. All right, yeah. Let's do what do we got? Let's see. Winnable. Make sure you head on over to Winnable.
No, seriously though.
No, we're fucking winning. We're like betters than anybody right now in the country.
Yeah, and it's free right now to sign up. So it really don't cost nothing. Basically, listen, y'all, you sign up to Winnable. There you go. The link's right there below, winnable.com/slap-picks. And basically, you'll get a text message anytime JB and I drops a pick on there. And you can follow our picks. It helps you kind of get an idea for all of our gamblers in here of what picks you should take. Obviously, JB and I, we're constantly keeping our eye in on all the major sports, watching the sports. You got a coach, you got a player. I'm at Fox Sports getting insight. JB doing this thing. So we got real insight on our decisions of what we're making. So if you want to have a good chance to make some paper, man, it's free right now. Go to winnable.com/slap-picks. That easy. Put your name in, drop your email, boom. You get a text message from us.
D. Jones, black people shit. He said, do I get my money back?
D. Jones, you asking weird questions all day, D. Jones.
Black people shit. Latrell, Jabrown, and Dan Rail will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, man. They been both grinding and working. I know y'all ain't met Dan Rail yet, but he's different type of dude, man. That's my brother. I love him. He's just different. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Stilly the boss said, man, a motherfucker don't want no picks from y'all.
All right, you don't make no money then. I'm 6-1.
I'm fucking 10-5.
Come on now. Like, you crazy.
Pretty fucking good the last 2 days, by the way. And I'm not betting one bet like a bitch made cat. I'm fucking making 6 bet parlays and hitting 5-1. The fucking Clippers, fuck me, I'd have been 6-0.
The Lakers fucking won in double overtime without LeBron, and that's why I didn't win my money last night. So, like, come on, bro. Like, we know what we're doing. Stilly the boss sound like a hater. It should be Stilly the hater. Change your name to Stilly the hater.
I think he is too. He kind of like a Brandon. He got a little Brandon in him. That one cat that we booted, but Stilly, I think's a member, ain't he?
Yeah. He's standing outside his one his little chick's crib trying to get an Uber because he ain't got no car. This shit crazy.
Yeah, I picked Boston. I picked Atlanta in that game, and they came back. Dog, that's just one of those lucky things. That's one of them things when you bet Boston, you're pissed the fuck off when they lose a 30-point lead. It's like, shit.
Man, I've been pretty accurate, man.
I don't even know who Club 520 is.
That's Jeff Teague's podcast. Real big. Shout out to Jeff Teague, Indianapolis guy. He's signed to the Volume. Where we gonna be at? So
this real quick. I thought Caitlin Clark was super mid the other day, as I've been saying. Their team is not very good. I'm just going to tell you straight up.
Her team ain't good, but they're good because of her.
I've been watching a lot of basketball, Smitty, just for this show. I've been watching a lot of fucking basketball. I don't want to do, and my sport knowledge kicks in because I know the sports world, and straight up telling you. First of all, she got locked the fuck down for about 3 quarters, number one. Number two, she is not the one. I'm sorry. I'm just going to stand on that business. Number 3, they're going to get probably smoked next round. They're just not a very good team. West Virginia is not very good. They should have fucking beat Iowa. Number 4, just because of her popularity, let's keep it funky and 100, Ice Cube has reached out and offered her $5 million to play in the Big 3. He did not want to leak it. Seems like Ice Cube's kind of pissed. Did not want this leaked out. They leaked it, so he just said, fuck it. I'm going to tell you, I did offer her $5 million. I believe the Big 3 only plays like fucking, 8 games?
So I'm short, so it's a good little way to still do that and still play WNBA. It would be no effects in that. Instead of her having to go, women going overseas and doing all that, they can come join the Big 3. I love it. She's the best women's basketball player in college right now. She's a generational talent, like Ice Cube just said.
So is it women's Big 3?
No, it's just Big 3.
Oh, so she's in Big 3 versus men.
Yeah, she's a hooper. She's like that. She grew up hooping against men. It's regular stuff. That's why you see her hooping the way she is now. Even though she had a tough game the other day, which I watched the game too, and and she wasn't as aggressive as I would like her to be in certain moments. She still ended the game with 32, 8, and 3. And you're right. Their team ain't that good, JB. I agree with you. The team is not that good. So the fact that they're a 1 seed and they're in the Sweet 16 with a bad team, that lets you know how great she is, JB.
Rewind what you just said, though. Go back. I want to rewind. I'm going to go rewind for you. Say, Caitlin didn't play very. Go ahead.
I said, I don't think Caitlin played as aggressive as I would like her to.
You didn't say that.
And she still had 32, 8, and 4.
You said she didn't play very well and she struggled. You didn't say aggressive at all. I just rewound it. Why are you changing the rewind?
I'm pretty sure I said aggressive.
No, you didn't say aggressive at all. You
Chad, did I say aggressive, Chad, or am I
you didn't play very well versus West Virginia women, right? They played women, right?
I said even in a game where you think she didn't play that well, and I will admit that she was not as aggressive as I would like, she still dropped 32, 8, and 4 and won the game.
You didn't say aggressive. You just said she didn't play very well.
Well, the chat has spoken.
Okay.
100% said aggressive.
You just said aggressive. That's why you're hearing it. Quentin just heard it again. That's why recency bias. He's probably 25 and he's fucking young and he fucking.
Chris, did I say aggressive or not? Chris, keep it real.
First time. But anyway, you really think that Cube's not wasting $5 million on this?
No.
Like, look, it's a $5 million. Let's be honest. It's a clout grab. It's a clout grab. It's a money grab just to get audiences involved to watch. Let's be real. But I don't believe you believe by what you just said. You don't believe that. You truly don't sit here and tell me. You seriously can't sit here and tell me that she could go get a bucket on even a old Stack or any of these cats in the big three. In the big three, like she just struggled versus West Virginia women. You think she really gonna go get buckets in the big three versus ex NBA players?
The problem is she would struggle.
That's a question.
Yeah, for sure, get buckets, but
she's gonna get buckets on NBA players.
Yeah, because she can shoot from fucking soon stuff in the gym. She can shoot.
As soon as she does this, a 6'11" NBA player is going to throw the shit through the fucking building, Smitty.
That's why she's not guarding a 6'11" player.
Do you realize when she has to get that shot up?
She's gonna guard a guard.
You know she has to get that shot up way sooner, right?
But I think Cube is trying to get other women to participate too, though. So more than likely she'll be guarding another woman.
Then I say you have a big three women's league. I do. I think it'd be big.
Well, talk to Cube about it. You got a connection. Go talk to Cube about it. This Cube league at the end of the day, Cube do what Cube want to do. It's his league. And he think it's worth it. And Kayla Clark's selling out arenas. She's selling out arenas. This is what she's doing. So I mean, hey man, listen. At the end of the day, she hooping, best player in the world right now at the college level, and she's carrying a very average to below average team, and they're in the Sweet 16. I mean, I can't,
Hey, Bailey, Alan, I got it. Alan, thanks. I got it. Hey, Bailey, I just DM'd you on Twitter. Can you put that in before we end the show? Very interesting news transpiring right now from the NCAA president, Charlie Baker. I just DM'd you. He got it in quick as fuck. Let me keep that up. Let's run through what this says, Smitty. The NCAA president, Charlie Baker, released the following, saying that they are seeking to remove college prop bets from all betting markets. The NCAA is drawing the line on sports betting to protect student athletes and to protect the integrity of the game. Now, isn't this ironic? Isn't this the funniest shit that I have seen in quite some time? Holy shit. What an absolute joke. Slap in the face again. If y'all don't see through this, then y'all just start fucking, you're not ready to really have a conversation. Like,
break it down. Break it down, JB, real quick. We got 1 minute left. Break it down real quick.
This is another reason the NCAA will avoid paying another player. It's funny and ironic how they use the words student athlete, yet they've on record stating that this is no longer student-based. It is pay to play by collectives. We already know if it was student oriented, you wouldn't let a cat leave in the middle of a fucking semester. Iowa player just enrolled at Iowa. There should be a rule to protect students investing in their academic prowess and not leave in the middle of a fucking semester then. So what happened to that Iowa kid's classes that he was enrolled in? Because if anybody out here knows about coaching and playing, you know when you enroll in those classes and that semester started, there is a cutoff line to get out of the class, drop dates. There's a drop date. There's an add date. You can't sit here and tell me 3 months in, he could still drop all his classes, clean slate, and go to fucking Alabama and get into classes and be eligible to participate, which is the NCAA rules. You have to have a 2.0 at that institution for that prior institutional semester. So how is he even eligible to participate in Alabama's spring ball in 2 weeks? He was just at Iowa. How did he drop classes, NCAA Commissioner Baker? How was it cleared to drop those classes 3 months into the semester? And by the way, an incomplete is an F when it comes to football eligibility. So if he got it incomplete, he is now in the hole academically and would be put on probation if he had good grades the first semester as a freshman when he made All-American at Alabama. So now this is a fucking slap in the face. It actually pisses me off because people they'll just see right through it. It's funny that now the NFL has an issue, the NBA has an issue, and you don't can't sit here and tell me right now that those commissioners haven't reached out to this commissioner of the NCAA to tell him, hey, we might need to amend the betting world at the college level. Because, see, at the college level, Smitty, this runs deep now. I just mentioned this yesterday, and I did not know this would happen. I fucking just mentioned it yesterday, and I got to go find it. I said, you can't mandate a college cat because you ain't going to fucking know. He's not off the books. See, tobacco gambling was once a huge thing on a college campus. Then we started seeing college betting happening with what Asani just did by hiring an interpreter. Do you know how many college players that we played with, that I played with, bet, that used the cousin or uncle like Steve Kim mentioned? You know that it's going to spiral out of control now because these college players who are using betting as their NIL money because you only can pay 1% of them. The 90% of the fucking people getting NIL are $300. $300. You don't think they're seeing a homie who gets $3 million and they're like, fuck, I'm not gonna sit around here and take that. I'm placing a fucking bet. I'm placing some bets. NCAA knows they can't control this if it spirals out of control, dog. The Ohtani thing, everything they know is coming down into it. They know damn fucking well that this is not going to be controlled. And they're jumping up. They're getting ahead of it right now. This is unbelievable to me. Another way to wipe their hands clean. To say to protect student athletes is a fucking slap in the face. And if you were protecting student athletes, you wouldn't let them transfer from fucking school to school in the middle of a semester. I'm sorry. This is a joke. It's a slap. And they're protecting themselves so they could get more money. Period. It's fucking unbelievable.
We might have to dive into that a little bit tomorrow as well, man, on the breaking news to have a deeper discussion. But yeah, I mean that's a mic drop right there, JB. I ain't adding nothing to it. You just mic dropped the monologue.
This is crazy, bro. I can't believe that this is really a thing, and people are gonna believe it. Unbelievable. I know this is gonna hit. It's unbelievable. By the way, Biden made an announcement yesterday that he said, I drove over the bridge that collapsed on a train several times. That bridge doesn't have train tracks. But anyway, that's the fucking leader of the free world, bro. We're a fucking joke. We are a joke all around. It's unbelievable.
JB don't like the country no more. He don't like the president. He don't like football. He don't like basketball. He don't like baseball. He don't like. He think the kids today are lazy. He think the coaches are horrible. He think who else?
Why is it so ironic? Why is the college commissioner saying this after this guy declines to talk about who he reported the theft to? Why? Why did he report the theft? Why won't they say who he reported the theft to?
To protect the innocent.
Why would he say who he protect? Why wouldn't he say who stole the money? Why is he not turning that in? Why now is college commissioners coming out? Why now are there being rule changes to protect the betting side of things? We mentioned that 2 days ago. You're sitting there telling me that prop bets won't be quadrupled in the NFL when the college prop bets cease. And I'm sitting here going to bet on the running back who can't get tackled by the hip anymore. Oh, dude, betting's going to be fucking crazy. This shit's only getting worse, bro. It's only getting worse. And I'm just telling you, woo, this biting thing, like Jeff Nadu said, we've all mentioned on this show, you and I, it's going to spiral out of control. It's going to make sports. It's going to be bad, dog. It's going to be bad. And California, the most populous state, ironically, won't allow you to do it. There's a reason for that.
Why is that?
This is calculated, dog.
Why is that, though? What's the reason they're not letting us to do it?
On the betting side?
Yeah.
Too close to Vegas.
They don't want to mess up Vegas.
You can't bet in Vegas either, Smitty.
Huh?
You cannot bet in Vegas. You know that, right?
Nah, well, hold on. What you mean? I'm confused.
You know you can't bet. Go pull up DraftKings in Vegas when you're there next time.
It don't work?
No.
Oh, because they make you go to the actual,
yeah, you can't bet no DraftKings book in Vegas. That motherfucker, boop, your zip code won't work. Like, your shit ain't working in Vegas, dog. What? The most populous state, California, Vegas, fighting for, that's all it is. There's a reason there's no clocks in the casinos. Anyway, we're going to dive into that.
You're getting deep right now. We're going to talk offline, and we're going to bring this topic back tomorrow. Pound that like button, subscribe, man. Go to our winnable.com/slap-picks for free.
We'll do a pick right now. Right now, we'll do a live pick. If everybody in this chat goes over to Winnable, becomes a subscriber right now, it's free. You don't have to pay nothing yet. Go on over to Winnable. Bailey, I'm gonna go right now. Let me pull up. Right now. I'm gonna give you one pick right now, a lock pick right now on Winnable. I'll post it on Winnable. Let's go NBA, Smitty.
Mo, I do got a lot to learn, Mo, and I'm humble enough to say so. Problem is, a lot of you motherfuckers ain't.
What happened?
No, I was agreeing with Mo. So far, we got 11 people from the chat actually jumped in and became subscribers on Winnable. We need 11 more right now. We're doing a live pick. JB's on the
1,000 more right now.
He's on the NBA, but we got to crawl for you all. Crawl for you all.
We always come at you with a new scam and scheme and all this shit. Not a scam.
Not
we don't
scam.
ever.
Oh, I ain't never no scam.
We come in with a new. We called it scams in the hood back in the day. Smitty, growing up, we always get it was
2024 now. 2024.
College was a scam. We used to call it. You got to get that scam done. That piece of paper, graduate, and that was a scam. But that's what I mean by scam. So anyway, having said that. This is a real moneymaker. Like, this could be big to the show, to get into a studio.
For you all as well. It's a win for everybody.
We're talking about betting. Yeah, Prize Picks got banned in Florida, I heard. Like, they're trying to do some certain shit to this thing.
So what's your live pick, JB? What's the live pick right now?
I'm going to go on my pick of the day. And I'm going to make several other picks, but today, the pick of the day. Smitty, I'm gonna rock with the motherfucking. I don't pick light shitty games either. The Suns lost to a Wembanyama-less Spurs team last night. Without Wembanyama. The Suns and the Clippers are really trending downward. Lock pick. No way Phoenix can go into Denver and beat them. Nuggets are going to win. Lock pick of the week, of the night, of the day. Nuggets to win at home. It's a lock pick, -7.5. I'm rolling.
Are you doing money line? Or are you doing spread?
I'm gonna do the Nuggets to cover -7.5.
Ooh, so they got
I
one
think
by
they're
8
gonna
more
put their
points.
throat. I mean, I put their foot on the Phoenix Suns' throat tonight.
The Suns do struggle against the Nuggets. I will say that. So we'll see, man. Lock pick. There you go, man. So that's one of many, man. Again, because subscribe right now is free. Go ahead and subscribe, and you will get all these. We got more picks coming later today. I'm gonna make my picks. We're gonna keep this thing flowing and rolling. Ron signed up. Appreciate you, Ron. And we need everybody else to just sign up. It's free.
We got 15 in there now.
We got 15. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the chat.
Man. Shout out to everybody in there. Max Hess is in there. A few other people.
We can see your names if you in here, man. So hey, we appreciate y'all.
And y'all, you guys can go through Winnable and check it out too. So check it out. So hey, shout out, pound the like, subscribe. We'll be in there later on today on Winnable. We'll be there every single day making picks. And like I said, we got a pretty damn good percentage right now. So we're winning. We're winning. And it's free. No charge right now. So come on over there. But let's get it going. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Tell the Truth Thursday. Truth Telling Thursday. We got a lot of people. We got some A-list guests maybe joining the show tomorrow. A couple people I'm talking to will surprise you. So always tune in. Always
cliffhanger.
We may have to do some spaces today. Get Twitter back up.
I'm back at work today, but after work I'll be free. So let me know. But hey, appreciate y'all, man, tuning in, man. I'm gonna be in the Discord later on today as well. Y'all have a great day. Bailey, take us away.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the yeah, it's a rap. We what the